Hey everyone, Alice here for your weekly sneak peek reading. I don't know why I laughed because I was like, is this a sneak peek? I don't know. It is kind of just a weekly reading, isn't it? Um so right off the gate, before we start, I'm just going to say this is going to be what we need to focus on this week. Chill. Okay? We need to chill this week. It's not like it's gonna be a particularly like rough week. I would just say just chill, okay? So this week, what's going on? Let's talk about this week here before we get into the reading and look at the incoming energies. So this week, I don't like I'm like learning so much about like these, I don't know, these special energies, I guess you can call it. So apparently this week there's a grand trine or grand trine. However, I think grand trine, that sounds more right. But this week in Earth signs, so you've got Virgo in the moon is in Virgo, Pluto's in Capricorn, Mercury is in Taurus. So I mean, what does that mean? I mean, to me, just by like just knowing what I know, I mean, that's a lot of like focusing on your work, focusing on what you're working on, focusing on your career, your finances, things like that, material things, very, very earthy things. Also, time, things that take up time and taking things slow. Let's not rush anything. I feel let's not rush. Take things slow. Just chill. Just chill. But really, what does this mean? So this is about midweek. This grand trine happens here, and from what I understand, it's very positive. Very positive. Lucky vibes here, and the energy is there, but it's like it's not like things are just gonna happen with it without you doing anything. I mean, these are earth signs. You have to work for it, right? You got to work for anything. So the energy is there for positive things to happen if you put in the work, if you put in the effort here. So I would say about midweek to really like try to focus on things that you're working on, especially when it has to do with finances. So anything that you're working in your career or in your job, or if you have like a business, anything along those lines, any sort of goals that you have along those lines. If you are trying to like save money or make money, like any sort of financial goals, try to like in the midweek would be a very good time to just be like very focused on that, like really work on that here, because it's a really good time to do that with this grand trine energy here. And you may it may help you to get some like advancement in your career, or get like a little bit of a boost of money and all that. Like basically hustle in the middle of the week, and you may see some positive results just because of these energies that are around. I mean, you probably always see positive results, right, if you put the work in, but it's more that sort of the universe is more on your side in the middle of the week here, Wednesday-ish. So if you put the effort in, there's more of a likely chance that positive things will happen because the energy is there. All right, nothing is like an absolute, nothing is guaranteed here. But if you can basically do the most that you can and try the best that you can, then perhaps positive things will happen. You have more of a chance of it happening here. So yeah, just be careful that I know I'm jumping around. Midweek Wednesday, there is an energy here that could sort of it could be very easy to get distracted. Get distracted in thinking of the sort of big goals. So like you know, if you're working towards, let's say, like making more money, and um let's say you're in the sort of planning stages of like creating your business or starting a business or something along those lines, you can easily get distracted here of thinking about what could happen, you know, how it could take off, and how, or, you know, just daydreaming about how I could leave my 9 to 5 job and I can do this, and I could work from home, and all these, like, I could do this could happen, the what ifs and all that. You know, you can get very distracted by all of that while you're working on these goals, these like career, financial goals, or whatever. So just, you know, be mindful of that. Let's see what else is going on. Let's go back to sort of more to the beginning of the week here. Sorry, like I have notes, so notes help. More back to the beginning of the week. So yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday are kind of good days to be working on this. Tuesday is a good day if you have any sort of contract negotiations that you need to do, especially since, you know, this is the first week of June. So perhaps if there's anything that you are entering in, you know, near the beginning of the month, any sort of like like contracts, like I don't know, if you're getting a new cell phone plan or something like that, Tuesday wouldn't be that bad of a day to do things like that. Or I don't know, you're starting a subscription for something, subscription plans or deals or whatever, things like that, you know, financial transactions, negotiations, business things, deals, and all that. Tuesday, not a bad day, because the energy is there. Is there anything else for the beginning of the week? Not really. So what I was saying about, well, okay, no, we'll move on to Friday. Around near the end of the week, Friday, there's a lot of energy here to, if you want to take on more responsibilities, because that the grand trine and all that, the energy's still kind of there, but there's also other energies there to make it better, make it a little easier if you want to take on more responsibilities, like business wise, career wise, here, or having like a bigger role in making decisions, things like that. Then, you know, if it's offered to you, you know, don't say no, kind of thing. You know, it'll be okay. Oh, that's kind of a weird energy. It seems very specific. All right, so what I was saying about chilling, okay, we need to chill this weekend. You know, most of the time, I think for the past like few weeks, the energy for this weekend has been very like positive. You know, it's like go out there and get things done, and, you know, have fun, and if you put yourself out there, good things will happen. This weekend, it's not the opposite. It's just, why is she like, okay, it's not the opposite. It's just that it's a little, there's a lot, not a lot, but there's conflict. You know, there can be conflict here because we have a conjunction here of Venus and Uranus. I mean, Venus, that is love, it's attraction, and Uranus is like anything can happen. And yeah, and then it's opposite of a Scorpio moon, and Scorpio moons are very intense feelings. Sometimes you may feel suspicious, obsessive, yeah, I mean, lots of intense feelings, and fear even comes into play. So if you have a romantic partner, or, you know, if you're interested in someone romantically, or you're dating someone, this weekend maybe a bit of a rough weekend. Uh, there may be some passive aggressiveness happening here, a little bit of resentment for things, just kind of a little bit of like just feeling kind of moody here, between the two of you. uh there could, there may be some suspicions here. You or your partner may be feeling kind of suspicious of each other, wondering, like, not just like, are you cheating on me or anything like that. I mean, it can be, but also just being suspicious of, how do you feel about me? What was the motive behind what you did? Like, kind of like reading deeper into things than you normally would. And it's just gonna kind of come out of nowhere. It's not even like leading up to something. It's like, I don't know, your partner can just ask, like, hey, do you want to, like, go get pizza? And then they might just be like, well, what does that mean? What do you mean pizza? Like, why are you making decisions for me? And it's just like, whoa, 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 like, that's not what I meant at all, kind of thing. Like, it's like things like that could happen this weekend, so just be very mindful of it. Just chill. Okay. um this weekend is there's a lot of energies here that even not with your partners, even with your family and your friends, you might be having like these little petty arguments with them as well, especially like over making plans for things like, I thought we were going to go see this movie, or we should go see this movie because I want to see this movie, but it's like, oh, I don't really want to see that movie because it sucks. Or let's go to this place to eat. Oh, I don't really feel like Chinese food, like let's go get Thai food. It's like, what's the difference between, I know there's a difference, but I'm just saying, like, is these stupid arguments. It's like somebody be like, well, it's Asian food, Asian food's Asian food. I'm like, no, there's a difference. Thai food is this and Chinese food is that. And like, you might have these stupid arguments with people. So just chill. Just chill. Just chill. Just remember to chill. It might even be best to kind of unwind if you can't sort of avoid being around these people. Just kind of unwind and do something that you like on your own. Like watch a movie, watch a TV show, like go watch Stranger Things if you haven't watched it. Like, what's wrong with you? You haven't watched it. Like, I mean, it's been out for like a week, but like, just chill out and watch things, or paint or draw if you're artistic. Like, work on something creative here. That will help here, because the energy is there as well to chill. Just chill. All right. So that is this week. So so basically, to sum it up, middle of the week, focus on your career goals, focus on your financial goals. There's lots of positive, lucky, good, optimistic energy there for that. But near the end of the week, when it comes to your relationships, things could get a little bit rocky there. So best to just kind of find a way to chill out and do something that is either creative or just something that you like to do, like watch a movie, watch Netflix or something like that. Okay. All right. So reading. Okay. Weekly reading. So as always, this is technically a timeless reading. Now, the forecast stuff, the astrology stuff, is not timeless. That is for the time being, so ignore that. But the readings technically are timeless. So whenever you find it is when you are meant to find it. Doesn't matter if it's this week, next year. Your time is your time. My time is my time. So whenever you find it, it's when you're meant to find it. There may be a message in there for you. Just keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything is going to apply to your situation. Just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't try to force it. You'll know if it's making sense to you. You'll know if it's clicking, And obviously, logically, if it doesn't make any sense, then it doesn't make any sense. If I'm talking about a marriage or something, or like a connection that feels like a marriage, and if that's not you, then that's not you, right? Yeah, so feel free to check out your sun, moon, rising, or Venus and or Venus signs, or any sign that you feel drawn to or is dominant in your chart. Or if you're cross watching, feel free to do that as well. Just, be forewarned. I do take the side of the sign that I'm reading, so please don't get offended if I say you're stupid or something like that. It happens sometimes. So yeah, so let's get started. So let's start with Aries. A little bit of a change here. There's always a change here in how I do this. So let's see what the incoming energy is like for you, Aries, this week. I have no idea what's going to come through. I'll just be completely honest. Like, I have a plan. I just don't really have a plan. I guess I feel like I function the best in that. Ooh. Oh, I like that. Ace of Pentacles. High Priestess in reverse. King of Pentacles. Okay. See, it started off good. And now it's getting a little, It's kind of going to be kind of the way of the week. Four Swords in reverse. The Magician in reverse. I'm going to put these here. Knight of Swords in reverse. The Tower. Usually, this is the bottom of the deck, which I do look at, but I thought I would actually put it out here. Let's just do that. All right, Aries. Incoming energy, bottom energy. Let's look at this first. I feel you've really stepped in it. You know, this, if you want to look at this is more what's to come, this is what has already come kind of thing. I feel you have really already stepped in it. I feel like you know that you fucked up. You know that you fucked up, and you're trying to, it's like you don't really know how to fix it here, and that's causing some problems for you with the Tower here. Yeah, and it's because you fucked up and you knew you kind of went too far. You knew, like, and you were kind of like floundering and trying to kind of figure out, well, like, I kind of just please help me. Please just give me a hand. Help me fix this. But I feel like it just made things worse. You trying to fix it, or you trying to find somebody to fix it to help you, just kind of made things worse. And you kind of put your foot in your mouth here. Or you did something without even thinking, you said something without even thinking, and it seems like an Aries, right? This is just being very impulsive and reckless energy here. All right, so that's where you are. So what's the incoming energy here? I do feel like there's a reset. That's always nice, right? So all of this energy here is getting reset here, at least in the energy here, because you are aware of how you acted. You are aware that you were in this King of Pentacles energy. This is selfish. This is entitled. This is, it can be jealousy. It can be envy. You are very much aware of how you are acting here. But what's on your mind this week is you're trying to figure out, okay, so I want to fix things here, but you feel like you can't. Again, like, it's not that you can't fix it, it's that you're kind of a little bit afraid to fix it, because when you tried down here, it led to a tower, and you don't want that tower. You don't want that to happen again here. So you're kind of racking your brain, like, what can I do? What can I do now? What can I do now? And you're having a hard time trying to figure this out. You're really thinking about it, but you're having a little bit of difficulty here. All right, let's see if I can get some more energies. Let me just move this stuff. It's all in my way. Get out of my way. Stressed. stressful. Okay, yes. Aries. So, official person. There may have been somebody here, or this could have been you, or this could have been your person. This might be your person. Somebody here was not really like giving anything away here, like emotionally. Like somebody here, or somebody here is trying to play by the rules, kind of thing. Like, um, they've like set boundaries here and they're playing by the rules. I feel like this is how this is resetting. Okay, there's somebody here who is kind of taking authority over the situation here. I don't know if this is you or if this is somebody else, because this is, you know, obviously you fucked up somewhere along the lines here, so there's probably somebody else here. I mean, there has to be a balance here. So I just feel that there's an energy here of why this is sort of resetting is because, well, partially, you know, somebody's kind of taking responsibility here. This could be you taking responsibility as well. It's very stressful here because you are aware. You're aware of what happened. You're very aware of the destruction that you've caused here, and you know it's stressful. I get regret here as well. Um, Again, the high honor is again awareness. High priestess in reverse, high honor. You're very aware of how you were acting here with this King of Pentacles. I feel like this is you. This is you, again, taking responsibility, possibly just being very aware. But this is also other people were aware as well. Other people knew, you know, that you were acting, or you are acting in this way, this selfish, entitled, possibly jealous way here, and it's concerning. I feel like somebody's going to let you know. So there are other people here who see this, right? Who see this King of Pentacles in reverse energy. There are people here that are seeing that, like, what's that commercial, like, what is it, like, you know, like the Snickers commercial, I think, like, you know, you're not yourself, like, here, you need a Snickers kind of thing. That's how it feels like. That's what's kind of the energy that's popped up here, is that people are recognizing that you are kind of unstable here. You know, this week they're gonna notice that, you know, you're not quite yourself here. You're not your usual like awesome self here, so they're gonna notice. They're gonna kind of inquire about this. They're gonna inquire about, you know, they're gonna be concerned here. A message of concern. They're not going to be quiet here, because I feel like this is healing bad health here. I do feel that your sort of self-confidence or your self-esteem, or just how you function, basically, like doing things here, needs, you need a rest. You need to take a rest here. You need to take a break here. You need to figure some things out here. So that's your energy. Okay, Aries, jeez. Let's see what kind of advice we can get here for you. For, you know, things that you should do, things that you shouldn't do. Because there's a lot of things that you probably shouldn't do here. So we'll get some advice. Advice and or guidance. Gonna take its time. Oh, okay. So Justice in reverse, the Chariot, Six of Wands in reverse, King. Oh, there's the King of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ace of Wands. I'm gonna put this here. Six of Cups. I feel like the main sort of advice here is, yeah, things are imbalanced here. I do feel part of the advice here is that you do need to be the one to fix things here. It's like you're the one who's gonna make it right here. Yeah, but I do feel it's not, you're not gonna be doing it alone. These are so cute. That's the thing. Look at this energy here. 3 of Cups, 6 of Cups. This is the cutest fucking energy. You have people, or at least energies around you that, you know, I get a lot of supportive energy here because they're so cute. And that's all I can think about. And if that's all I can think about, then I feel like the people around you or the energies around you are just like, they're like little puppy dogs. You know, they just want to help. They just want to help you out. They're very supportive. They're very, you know, caring. They care about you. And they might not know always what to do because I get a lot of sort of young energy here. But they do care and they do want to, you know, they're encouraging you to, you know, try to fix these things. I do get a bit of understanding here, especially the 6 of Cups. There's somebody here who, this is possible soulmate energy, but it's also somebody who is being selfless here, who wants to help you without really expecting anything in return. I feel like you have that kind of connection with this person here. So yes, you know, the advice here is you're gonna have to fix things, but you do have the support here to do it. What you should be embracing here. So again, if you move forward here, then you're going to get more opportunities here. You know, this, if you take control here and move forward, I get a feeling of, again, taking responsibility. If you take responsibility here, then you will be able to move forward here with the reset here of what's going on. Okay? What you should embrace is basically stop being this. This is the King of Pentacles. We've talked about this. This is the King of Pentacles here. Stop being that way. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. The universe, spirit is like, stop being so fucking stubborn here. I get a lot of stubborn energy here. Stop being stubborn. You know, stop being so hard-headed. Stop whatever this entitled energy is. You know, the world doesn't revolve around you, so stop it. Basically, stop it. Things that you should avoid. Again, this is arrogance. This is your ego. You know, get out of this it's all about me type of energy. It's not all about you. See, again, the world doesn't revolve around you, Aries. Stop it. Don't get into that area here. And you know what is going to hold you back is if you try to start things. If you try to start things, and when I say start things, this is like starting arguments, starting things that are very passionate, but this is more like in an argumentative type of way, conflict. If you try to start things, if you try to light fires here, it's going to hold you back. You know, you're not going to progress here. You're not going to get the reset here. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't... This stuff has already happened. The tower and everything has already happened. This is the aftermath of it. So rebuild, okay? You can rebuild. You have the support here to rebuild things here. There are people here that are going to talk. And the 4 swords is underneath. Page of Wands, I mean, it might not be the best talking here, but there are people here that aren't going to stay silent. You're not going to stay silent. And I said, you know, there are people here that recognize this, and you know, they're concerned. They're going to help you, and you're going to heal. And I think that's the most important part here, is that yes, you're going to feel less confident in yourself and in your abilities, but you are healing and you will get back to your usual Aries self. I do see that here, so don't worry about it. This week is just going to be kind of a week for you to sort of reset and heal again, and you know, people are there to help you out. Okay, so that's your reading for the week, Aries. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, I'd appreciate it if you could like and or subscribe. That helps me do more with the channel, and you get notified when I post new readings up, which is fairly frequently. And yeah, good luck this week. Take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Hey Taurus, so let's find out what's in store for you this week. What's going on? What's going on? What has been going on? Because I am looking a bit into the past as well. So we shall find out. Alright, we have the 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, 8 of Wands. I forgot what that was for some reason. 3 of Swords and the Queen of Cups in reverse. Oh. Remember what I was saying, if you listen to the beginning with the astrological forecast, how the end of the week there may be some like conflict here in relationships. You know, there's a little bit of conflict over here. Should I put this? I should put it this way. I know I did the other way for Aries, but I read it that way, so I'm going to do it this way. So 2 of Pentacles in reverse, because this is the past. 3 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, and the Hierophant in reverse. Okay, Taurus. So what has been going on here? I feel like some rule has been broken here. Some promise has been broken, which is probably accurate. Somebody broke a promise here. I don't know if it was you or somebody broke a promise to you. Either way, it was disappointing. You were very disappointed to hear about this broken promise. It made you now be more cautious about things in the future here, because it's like you don't want to make the same mistake. This can be a breakup, so this could be a past breakup, or just, you know, something that didn't work out, again, a broken promise here. So because of this broken promise, now you're much more careful about things in the future here, because you don't want to make a mistake. But it feels like mistakes are happening here. It feels like you're looking right at a mistake. I don't feel like you did it. I don't think you've done it. You're just looking at it. You see that there's a mistake waiting to happen here. That there's something waiting to happen here. Again, so this is your energy for this week. You're just waiting for this to happen. You're waiting for this mistake to happen, and it is happening here. You haven't said anything. You haven't done anything here to make this happen. You've been, you know, this week you're going to kind of take a break here. You're going to be kind of quiet, or this can be somebody who was quiet who suddenly is not quiet. Yeah, I mean, that's more, I don't feel like this is you. I mean, it can be you, but I feel you're more here just waiting for the ball to drop. Literally waiting for the ball to drop, waiting for the shoe to drop here. And somebody who hasn't said anything for a while, who's been quiet, is suddenly going to come out and say something. You know, they're going to come out of the woodwork, they're going to come out fast and furious here. And what they're going to say is, you know, they're going to try to dig up this old heartbreak. You know what I'm thinking here? This feels very connected here. It feels like it's this person here that disappointed you. This person here that made you sad and disappointed you is going to come out and try to talk to you. But the thing is, you've already healed from this, okay? Yes, it's going to suck, but it's not going to suck as much because you've already healed from it. But it is going to be emotionally draining. That's the thing. It is going to feel emotionally exhausting to fucking go through this. I'm sorry, Taurus. This just seems like annoying. But I mean, I feel like you're going to get out of it fine. It's just, I feel it's because you know what's going to happen. You know, you see it. You see the writing on the wall here. And you know, you're just waiting for it to happen. And then it happens and you're like, see, I knew it. I knew that was going to happen. Let's get some more energies here. like all over the place in my hand. Okay, we're gonna do it this way. So we have privileged lady, concern, distant horizons. Yeah, it did have to do with a connection. Yeah, high honor. Okay, so Taurus here. I feel like privileged lady, this is, you know, somebody here who you thought things were going to go well with. This person seems very carefree, very optimistic. Somebody who just kind of doesn't have any cares. This can be also this broken promise might have to do with it can be somebody that's younger. It can be somebody who is like a close friend, like a best friend. That's possible here with privileged lady. It can also be somebody. I mean, I know it doesn't always like have to be gender here, but Kipper sometimes does do that. This can be somebody who is like a sister to you. It can be a sister-in-law. It can be just a girlfriend. Possibly here. Obviously, that doesn't apply to everybody. But it's somebody who has this energy of like innocence, you know, very naive. That's why, you know, it comes off as very young here. This can be you as well, to be honest, but I don't feel it. I feel it's more that this is the person who broke their promise. They broke their promise. It could have happened a long time ago, like when you were younger, or when they were younger. I feel this is more their energy. This is the person that broke the promise. So it also can be, you know, just your energy that when this happened, maybe you were like, I was too young, I was too naive, and now you're, you know, you're older, you're wiser and all of that. So now you know when it's gonna happen, and you're like, I'm just gonna wait, I'm just waiting for it to happen. There's that energy as well. Concern here again. The silence here was very concerning for you. I think that feels, the silence here is kind of you being like, yeah, this is why you feel like this, you know, the writing's on the wall, because it's like, okay, they're being very quiet. That is concerning here. And when this person starts talking, when they start coming in hot here, it's like, I know where this is heading. The distant horizons, I know where this is heading, you know. Yeah. And marriage here, connection, it has to do with a connection here. This heartache is from a past connection here that you've gotten over. You've already kind of mostly gotten over, but you know, it's still gonna sting. It's still gonna sting a little bit here in high honor. This is about, you know, it's like you knew it. High honor, all I'm getting from this is like, I fucking knew it. I told you so. This can be somebody else also telling you, I told you so as well. Perhaps, you know, maybe you told somebody else, or they, you know, you discussed it with somebody else. And I mean, this just feels like an I told you so type of energy. I knew this was going to happen, and it's going to be emotionally draining here. Sucky energy. All right, let's see what the advice here, guidance and advice here from Spirit is for you, Taurus. Why is it so loud, the shuffle? I don't know. I don't know why this deck is so loud. It's probably because I don't use it that often. Okay. So we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. We have the Tower in reverse. We have the Empress. We have the Six of Wands in reverse. And we have the Moon in reverse with the Five of Wands. Advice here. Advice from Spirit here is try not to pick a fight. Because I do feel like you know what's going to happen here. I mean, yes, you are being patient and you are waiting here, but Spirit is just, just in case you feel the urge here to say something without even really thinking about it. Try to hold off on that. Try to hold off on any sort of impulsive um, actions here, from, doing things, like, especially saying things without even really thinking here, because it will cause an argument here. Um, and it's almost like an argument that doesn't need to happen. So it's like, try to just sort of restrain yourself a little bit here. That's the main advice here. Um, yeah, I mean, you're dodging a bullet here, definitely, and that is going to give you opportunities here. So, if you kind of let this happen and you dodge the bullet here, it's going to be fine. You are going to get some opportunities here. Uh, what you should be embracing is just ignore this. Just ignore it. Ignore this. Ignore this shit. Because I feel like you knew it was going to happen anyway. So don't let it get into your head, okay? Don't let it like seep into you. Don't give this person any sort of attention. Don't feed this person's ego, basically, by giving them attention, by giving them basically what they want here. Like, no, don't do that. That's, you should embrace not feeding this person's ego, basically. What you should be avoid being too caring here. I know that sounds weird, but like, avoid giving too much here to this person. um it is, again, restraining. Like, the main advice here is not to like say something without really thinking about it. And I don't even really mean, like, it doesn't even feel like you would say something like mean. It's more like saying things, like, when people are in distress, and you want to help them out, and you say things, and you don't even really think about it. Like, you make promises like, oh, it'll be okay, I promise, or I'll do this for you, or we'll get through this, and I'll always be there for you. I mean, these things, you say them in the moment, but you don't, like, it's too much. Because are you actually going to be there for them? Are you always going to be there for them? Do you really mean what you say? And I feel like that is kind of what Spirit is kind of advising against. Try not to say things like that. Try not to say things that, for you to make promises that you can't possibly keep, or that you're not sure if you could keep them. And there are things that are going to come from a place of love and caring and or support. So uh, just be mindful of that, of your words, when you say things like that, because it is going to be emotionally draining. But that also means there's a lot of emotions, like high emotions, going around here. So you may be tempted to say things from an emotional place without really thinking about the consequences of what you're saying. So just be mindful of that. The moon in reverse, yeah, exactly, your emotions are going to hold you back here. Again, if you let your emotions take over and you say things out of like an emotional place, and especially if it's coming from a place of sadness or depression or anxiety, worry, concern, again, concern, because you are concerned here, uh it's going to hold you back here this week. So just, be mindful of the things you say and the things you do. Otherwise, it may cause conflict here for you or for this other person. It I feel like it's more a conflict for you, because it's like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. Oh shit, I shouldn't have did that. Like, this is later, when your head's clear, when you're not so emotional, and you're looking back, you're like, why did I say that? Why did I promise that? Like, yeah. So, I mean, that's the advice. That's just the advice and guidance here for you, Taurus. Just things to keep in mind as you go through this week, if this is resonating with you. All right, that's your reading, Taurus. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, I'd appreciate it if you could like and or subscribe. That just helps me do more with the channel. And you get notified when I post new readings up, which is quite frequently. At least I try. So good luck this week with the situation here. Take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Hey, Gemini. So let's see what's going on for you this week. I thought that there was something flipped up in here. Okay. 3 of Wands. Perhaps something soon? Sooner than you think might be happening. Okay. Okay, there's delays. 8 of Wands in reverse. 8 of Swords in reverse. King of Pentacles. 7 of Cups in reverse. And the Star. Ace of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Nice. Queen of Cups in reverse. Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Gemini. So, this is you. This is them. So, there is a divine couple here. Queen and King of Pentacles, and as I always say, those are relationship goals. The Queen and King of Pentacles, they have they trust each other. There is this level of trust with each other. They are responsible, they are reliable, they just get it, and they're very successful. They're successful in the things they do, and especially when they're together. They are a power couple, definitely. So that's interesting that this is showing up here. So what happened? You have three aces here in your past, and they're all upright. So it looks to me, Gemini, what has been going on with you is a lot of new beginnings, which means that a lot of cycles have been closing for you. So, and they kind of are closing all at the same time. So this is good. This is good. You've realized something. You've had this realization here, which has made you become amazing. Okay, you are amazing here. The Queen of Pentacles. It's like your only flaw is you care too much. Like, I mean, that's, you know, that's not a problem, right? That's not really a flaw. That if your only flaw here in the past here is that you care too much, like, come on, right? You care too much. You have too many emotions here. Too many emotions, deep emotions that are all quite new. This is all very new, and like, the thing is, it's like, this is the only hiccup here for you, Gemini, is that you have too many emotions here in this past energy here with things starting out here, that, you know, it's going to work out. You know, this is slowly but surely. So I do feel this is a bit of a slow start. It is a slow start, but it is a bit of a slow start here. I'm not seeing that as too bad here. So what's going on for you this week? Again, there's going to be some delays. Things aren't going to move as quickly as you would like them to move, and that's going to get you up in your head. Try not to get up in your head. I can already tell you now that Spirit is going to tell you, don't get in your head here, because just because things aren't moving as quickly as you would like it to move, just because things are taking its sweet ass time, you know, there's a reason for that. Try not to like get too worked up about it, because what's going to happen here, it looks like you're going to get in your head and you're going to be thinking like, things are moving so slow. Like, what does that mean? Does that mean like I did something wrong? Does that mean that things aren't going the way that they should be going? Does that mean like I suck? No, you don't suck. You're amazing. So try not to let this bother you. The delays, the slowness, because you are going to get delayed. Try not to let that bother you. Okay? I will say that the other person that you're dealing with in the connection is going to be very understanding. They're going to be very understanding of this. So even if you do get in your head, which you probably will, I mean, the energy's here, this person is going to be very understanding of what you're thinking here in your head here, and they will actually, they may try to help you out here. They may try to provide you with something here, whether it's advice or guidance or even just giving you time or whatever. They want to help you, and they're going to try to help you. But the thing is, it's almost like their help is just going to cause you more confusion here. It's just going to confuse you even more. Like they want, like, it's like, yes, they want to help, and again, it's a little bit of caring too much. They have this energy too, that they care too much, and it's like their heart is in the right place, but it's kind of like it's not as helpful as they think it is. They're not being as helpful as they think they're being, and I mean, they try, you know, they're trying here, but all it's doing is just kind of confusing you. This confusion, it really has to do with, because you're trying to move towards what it is that you want. You know, there is desire here, to reach some sort of goal here, and you know, it's, everything is starting. It's all very new. It's all very just in the beginning stages here for you, Gemini. So, you know, it doesn't feel bad here, okay? I just feel like the confusion here is just going to make you kind of look and be like, okay, so, like, kind of like check, like, okay, am I going in the right direction for what I want? You know, is it happening here? Are, like, it's kind of like checking on what it is that you want, because you know you're confused. You're like, okay, I need to sort through this. So it is a bit of a healing here, because this person's going to confuse you a little bit. I mean, I really don't feel like this is that bad at all. To, yeah, it's not. So let's see here. What else can we get from this? Okay. Mature woman. Ooh, see, that's you. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. You. I feel like this... I feel like you know why things are going slow. Like, you know, you understand why things are kind of being delayed. Why things are going slow here. You know, it's not a surprise to you. Like, you understand, but that doesn't mean that you like it, right? Okay, unexpected income. There, that's definitely you. That's a significator. Concern and privileged lady. There's a lot of people here. But not. That's the thing. This can be somebody else as well. Because, yeah. See, it changes when I put all the cards out. See, I shouldn't say things before I put the cards out. But, you know, that still applies, what I said here. But it's changing a little bit here. This is your significator. I know it's female. You don't have to be female. This is, I mean, it can be divine feminine energy here. But, again, like, especially when I say the Queen of Pentacles, I'm also not saying that you're female as well. I mean, you could be, but it's just energy here, because this was what was happening in the past. So, all right. So, this is you. Doesn't matter. Just energy. You could be male, female, whatever. And here, this can be somebody who you look up to. This can be somebody who's older than you, somebody who you go to for advice. It can be that perhaps maybe you've taken the advice from somebody who was, you know, who you trusted in the situation here, and maybe it kind of slowed things down a little bit here, unexpectedly, kind of. I feel like maybe you didn't think that it would slow things down like this, so now it's like you're in your head wondering, should I have taken that advice? Should I have listened to that person? You know, this feels like unsolicited advice here. The unexpected income, you know, somebody's giving you something. I feel like this is what this person, this mature woman, gave you. They gave you something, and now, you know, you're going to be up in your head and wondering, should I have taken it? Should I have taken it? Should I have done that? um you, I do feel like, yeah, this person, this energy here is connected to you. This can also be you as well, that you are trying to kind of figure things out here as well. I feel like Spirit kind of wanted to make it known that this is also your energy. You're the Queen of Pentacles, you're also the King of Pentacles. You're somebody who, you know, who can find ways to be successful. You know, you use your resources here, you take control of the situation, and you use what you got to find success here. That is you as well. But again, there's concern here because things are a little confusing here. So as much as you're trying to make something happen here, or you know, and there's somebody else who's trying to make something happen here, it is confusing because it's like you don't really know if you're making the right choices here. There are a lot of options and you're just kind of like, am I doing the right thing? There's a lot of questioning here, I feel, if you're doing the right thing, because it's all very new, right? When things are new, you tend to wonder, am I fucking things up already? Because you can't see the path, really, because you can't see the path ahead of you, and when you look behind, there isn't much behind to look at because it's all very new. So there's a lot of questioning here of, am I doing the right thing? Are things going in the right direction here? Am I making the right choice? So yes, there's a lot of worry here with this concern. But here's the thing, privileged lady, it's all gonna be okay. Okay, with the Star and the privileged lady is, don't worry about it, don't care. This can be also somebody in your life, like a friend, best friend, or somebody who you're close to, who may be telling you, like, helping you heal, you know, helping you to be like, hey, you know, it's gonna be okay, you know, just it's going to be fine. But the privileged lady in general is somebody who enjoys what's going on. You know, I'm not going to worry about the past, I'm not going to worry about the future, I'm just going to enjoy the moment here because things are good. It is a bit of a naive energy of not really thinking too far ahead, because I feel like you are going to get out of in your head here eventually. You are going to get out of it, and that's what this is. This is healing. This is getting out of your head. This is stop worrying so much, and just kind of letting things flow, you know, going with the flow. And that, you know, can also be an epiphany that you're having here. Is like, you know, I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to let things flow, and whatever happens, happens. You know, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. I shouldn't be worried if I'm doing the right thing or if things are like, just kind of live in the moment kind of energy here, which is good. I like this. I like that for the last sort of part of this, because it, you know, it starts off a little rocky, but near the end there's a lot of positive energy here near the end here. You know, the Star is also having hope. It's very optimistic energy here, so I like it. All right, advice from Spirit for you, Gemini. And it's also major arcana. So the other one, all the other cards here are all minor arcana, but the major arcana here right at the end is the Star. So have hope, have faith. Things are going to work out, at least, you know, for this week, you know, in this current energy. For now, you can be optimistic. All right. Whoa. Okay. So yeah, the Seven of Swords in reverse, Six of Cups, Queen of Cups, Three of Wands, the Moon, Temperance. Yes, Temperance. So, okay, the advice here for you is Temperance. Stay calm. Keep a calm head here. And the Seven of Swords, what I'm getting here is be transparent, okay? Stay transparent, stay honest here. You know, keep a calm head. You know, peace, have, you know, that quietness, that peace, that inner peace as well. And just be very honest about things here. I'm not saying like you have to be honest with everyone, but it's more like being honest with yourself here. And that's how, you know, that's how you're going to keep a cool head when you're honest about what's going on here, honest about your choices and about what's like in everything. You know, that's the sort of main advice here. It's not a bad idea to kind of look at your past, being a little nostalgic here, to kind of gain some insights here. It's not always that bad of an idea here. Just don't get stuck in the past. You know, just, you know, you can look at it, but, you know, just try, like, don't, you can easily go overboard, but there, you know, this does feel like you can find some opportunities here if you kind of look at, if you're not look at the past, but like if you become nostalgic for things, you know, look at things like you used to do, the things that you used to like, the things that used to make you happy. You might actually find some opportunities there. I know sometimes for me, like, you know, like when you're doing cleaning, like spring cleaning, or you're doing like a big cleanup here, and you're like digging through things, and then like you find something that you haven't thought of in forever. Like, I don't know, like you find a piece of clothing and you're like, wow, I haven't seen this in forever. And like, oh, I want to wear this. And you get kind of inspired by it. Or you think, you know, you know, I really liked this style. I'm like, why did I stop wearing it? And then, you know, you wear it again, and then, you know, something happens because, you know, maybe somebody compliments you on it, or I don't know. It's like things like that. So like looking at being nostalgic for things could bring some opportunities here for you. What you should be embracing, looking towards the future, but also looking at the bigger picture. Try not to like only focus on one thing. Look at the bigger picture here, because it does feel like that is where you're getting in your head here, because you're focusing on, like, I don't know, one piece of advice that you took from somebody, and you're like, oh my gosh, things are slowing down. Is it because I took that one piece of advice from somebody? Is it ruining the whole thing? Like, no. Look at the bigger picture. Remember to try to look at the bigger picture here. Let's see. What you should be avoiding. Avoid thinking too much about what you don't know. This is the moon. Avoid getting into your head and being like, you know, fearing the unknown, basically. You know, again, we end with this going with the flow energy. I do feel that, you know, this week here, you're going to end up in a place where you're just letting it flow. You're like, just carefree, worry free. I'm not going to worry about anything. I'm going to get past this, and I'm just going to, like, whatever comes, you know, what is it? Que sera, whatever will be. That's kind of what this energy is near the end of the week for you, Gemini. The only thing the thing that can hold you back here is the Queen of Cups. Again, I know it's upright here, but remember what I said. It's like, oh, your worst sort of trait here is that you care too much. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, that's not much of like a worst trait. I'm like, oh, you love too much. I'm like, okay. I mean, yes, it can be detrimental, because that can cause codependency, that can cause like clinginess, neediness. Of course, that can hold you back. So, but I mean, just be mindful of it. I mean, if you're aware of it, if you're aware that you're somebody who can get overly emotional about things, and to the point, you know, where you're just extra sensitive and all that, you know, if you are aware of that, then you know how to navigate that. So, I mean, all here Spirit is saying that be mindful of your emotions, that you know that you can, it feels like you may be somebody who falls in love very easily, somebody who gives their heart away very easily. Just be mindful of that. That can hold you back here. But yeah, all right, that's your reading, Gemini, for this week. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, I'd appreciate it if you could like and or subscribe. That just helps me do more with the channel, and you get to be notified when I post new readings up, which is fairly frequently. I try. Good luck this week, and take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye. All right, Cancer. Let's see what's going on for you this week. Okay. Eight of Swords in reverse. Oh, I have to sneeze. Whoa, okay, 2 sneezes. Okay. I don't know. I always feel like when I sneeze when I'm doing reading, it's like good luck. I don't know. It's probably it's not. I don't know. It's just me sneezing. Okay, Empress. Justice. 10 of Cups. And the 4 of Pentacles. Actually, okay. Maybe it is good luck. I don't know. 9 of Swords in reverse. 2 of Swords in reverse. Strength. 9 of Wands in reverse. And the 4 of Swords in reverse. Alright, so what's going on here for you, Cancer? It seems that this energy here, this is kind of like the past. This is like where we've been. This is where we're going. So where we've been here, Cancer, I feel like there was something that was kind of on your mind, that was kind of, it's like a struggle, but it's not like it was very super stressful. It's more that it was tiring more than anything else. It was just something that you couldn't really get off your mind, something that you had been thinking a lot about, but more that it was like just very exhausting. Like, it's just exhausting to think about whatever this was here. And I feel like, because it doesn't feel like you really let it get to you, whatever this is. So whatever this was, it might not even really have anything to do with you directly, but it just feels like I wouldn't say it's not a big deal, because it is a big deal, because it's stressful in a sense that it's tiring. It can be just that you were just so tired that you really couldn't deal with whatever this was. It's like having like a to-do list, like something on your to-do list that you need to do, but you've just been so tired that you haven't been able to do it, but it's like it sticks in your mind. It's like, you know, you have to do these things, but you've just been so tired lately that you can't like check it off your list. So it, you know, it stays in your head and it stays in your mind. I feel that eventually, you know, this exhaustion just got you to a place where it's like you knew what you needed to do. Like here, you knew what you needed to do, and you knew you needed to sort of find your own inner strength to just do it. Because like this energy here, it's all leading up to like, I know what I needed to do. I know what I need to do to not have this stress me out anymore. It just seems like a lot of tiredness, like low energy, exhausted tiredness here, but knowing exactly why you're tired, but not really doing anything about it, but knowing, like, it's like getting up to the point, you know, slowly but surely you were getting up to the point to do these things. Great, that's fine. I feel like we've all been there. So where is this heading for you? Interesting that the 8 of Swords here is in reverse. So it's heading in a good direction, but before it gets there, there's a bit of a rockiness here. I do feel that there's something that you feel held back in doing. So it's like, even though you know what you need to do, it's like you can't completely do it. It's like, I know what I need to do, but you think that you're being held back here from doing it. But I feel that because you think that you can't do it, that this is going to lead to kind of stepping into this power of being like, you know what, fuck it, I can do it. Like, I feel that this is like, I thought that I couldn't do it, but you know what, I actually can do it. And this is going to make you have a lot more confidence and just feel a lot better about yourself, bringing that balance back into your life, feeling happier, feeling more emotionally fulfilled here. There is a bit of fear, but I feel like this is more of a positive fear, in that, you know, when you're afraid because things are going so well, but it's not that you're afraid that it's going to end, it's just that you don't know what's going to happen next. It's like things are kind of lining up here for you, and it's going well this week. But then, you know, there's that little bit of doubt, you know, that little bit of like, I want to hold on to this as long as I can, feeling here. So yeah, things are going good here. This energy here, this Empress, Justice, 10 of Cups, it's all very positive. You know, this is very feel-good energy here. And I don't blame you, Cancer, for wanting to hold on to it as long as you can, because I would too. I would totally want to hold on to that as long as I can. Let's see what else. Yeah, restrictions, imprisonment. Yeah, this is like glow up, expected income, mature man. Ooh, courtship. Okay. So this energy, yes, this imprisonment energy, you know, it's just kind of confirming here what's going on. It's like feeling like, or thinking that you couldn't do something here, thinking that you were restricted in doing something here, but then it's almost like, I feel like this is more your energy. This can be somebody else giving you advice, but I almost feel like it's yourself giving your own advice. It's like listening to your own advice here, that, you know, you can be in this Empress energy. You know, the Empress energy is somebody who, you know, just is in their power, and they, you know, they can create anything, they can do anything. Like, it's not exactly like the Magician, it's more because it comes from a place of love and support and nurturing, and it's more like about you. It's like finding your sort of, you know, people say like your inner goddess or whatever. It doesn't matter if you're like a male or female or whatever, it's just energy. You know, it's just finding, you know, that energy, and that is where all this good stuff is coming from, like unexpectedly. Like once you step into this Empress energy this week, it's like you're just gonna like something, you're just gonna get something that's gonna make you really happy, and it's just gonna come out of nowhere, and you're just gonna be like, excuse me, like, where did this come from? This is great. You know, just unexpectedly you're just gonna get somebody's just gonna hand you something. And you know, this is material. This, I mean, it can be finances, but it's something that, you know, is kind of valuable here. And I, you know, with a mature man, mature woman, I do feel that, you know, this is a divine couple. This to me is like the equal, it's kind of like if you mixed or merged the King and Queen of Pentacles and Swords together, that you get the mature woman and you get the mature man. They're counterparts. So, you know, this is a connection here. You know, there's somebody else here that you're going to be very happy with, and that's this courtship. You know, it's like, it's so good, I don't want to let it go, you know. And I get that. He's like, I want to hold on to this as long as I can. This is like the honeymoon phase. You know, this is like when you're hanging out and you're enjoying your time together with this person, and it's just really nice. And oh yes, I understand, you do not want to let go of that. Okay, let's see what the advice here is from Spirit. The guidance and or advice here from Spirit for you, Cancer. It is looking like, you know, this doesn't seem bad, but where there's light, there is shade. And I feel like it's more on your side, to be honest. I feel this, you might restrict yourself in some ways here, just thinking that you can't do something here. I feel like it has to do with all this past energy. There is a lot of exhausted energy here, and just trying to, like, you know, get past that, finding your own like actual strength here. It just feels just very tired. Like, I'm so tired, I'm exhausted, I can't think, I can't do anything here. But you know, it's like kind of like taking care of yourself. It's like if you knew if you got enough sleep, you'd be able to think more clearly. I mean, it's that kind of energy here. Or, you know, if you ate better or if you exercised more, like it just feels like taking care of yourself. But it's like, I know if I took better care of myself, I wouldn't be so tired. Feels kind of like that. Oh, okay. So we have Queen of Swords, Eight of Cups in reverse, Justice, the World, Judgment. And then I'll just put the Six of Pentacles there. Oh, what are these? Oh, they're cute. They're like little meerkats. Okay. Advice. I was gonna say guidance and or advice from Spirit here. So the main energy here is Queen of Swords crossed by a Six of Pentacles. This is just being honest. Knowing the truth, knowing, you know, cutting through the bullshit and knowing what's up and figuring out what's going on here. I feel that, this is coming from this sort of justice area. The Six of Pentacles is like a lesser justice, and we have justice here too, but we'll talk about that. This is more about having the moral high ground, but just be careful of that. But here, yes, this is about, you know, somebody here is kind of giving more truth here. I don't know if this is you or if this is somebody else. I feel like it's both, like you and this person. You know, you're communicating. The way that you're communicating, it's very honest, it's very truthful. There's a lot of back and forth communication here. That I feel like there's equal amounts of communication, equal amounts of truth being said here. And I feel like there's equal amounts of, let's just cut through the bullshit. Like, let's just cut through it. Let's just be honest here. And this is what is going on. This is what is what. You know what it pops into my head here is somebody being very honest and being very truthful about like how they feel almost. It's like, okay, it's like somebody coming up to you and going, here's the deal. You like me, I like you, you know, why, let's just be together. That's what it feels like. It just feels like, you know, let's just cut through the bullshit. I know you like me, you know I like you, so, you know, what are we waiting for? You know, we should just be together. That's what it feels kind of like. It is kind of aggressive, but, you know, I don't hate it here. Things that you should embrace. I feel with this Eight of Cups, I feel like Spirit is trying, it's not a warning, but it kind of is. It's just being a little mindful of getting emotionally attached here. I mean, it's okay. Like, yes, you should have emotions here because there is a possibility here that there might be too much emphasis on what is the truth with justice here, with the Queen of Swords and justice over here, and judgment and justice over here. There may be, just be careful that, you know, you consider feelings. You consider how you feel. You consider how this other person feels. You consider the happiness here, because there can be a little too much, well, here is the facts. And it can be the facts of, like, you know, like straight up facts. Like, I'm trying to think of like facts in a connection. I mean, it can be the facts like, you live here, I live there. You know, this is my family, this is your family, this is my friends, this is your friends. Like, and not considering feelings here. So, yeah, just be mindful that you do consider how you feel in the situation, because that will help you here with opportunities here. And things that you should embrace. The world, I mean, yes, it's like everything, but embrace that, you know, that there is success here. Embrace, you know, celebrating when something goes well. I feel often that people, you know, once they get what they want, or once, you know, something has been completed or you've accomplished something, that we're so quick to be like, okay, what's next? I'm like, well, no, like take a moment to really like enjoy it and like bask in this here. Man, I hate doing fucking readings during the day because I always feel like I'm being watched. I don't know. It's just, there's always like noise and there's always like people around, and it's just, I don't know. It's very distracting. I'm sorry. So I get distracted very often when I do readings during the day. Anyways, I will try my best. This is um, see me getting distracted. What you should be avoiding. Try not to be too judgmental. I mean, this is really what this is. I mean, all I get is being judgmental. Don't try not to be too judgmental about the situation, about this person, especially like if it's this person who's coming at you. And like, I mean, I do feel like you are going to be honest, but there's an equal amount of honesty. So when this person shares things with you, like when they tell you things and they're being honest and truthful, and they're not, you know, they're just cutting through the bullshit, try not to judge them too hard for the things they say, because I do feel that the both of you are being quite honest. I do feel that is what this sort of, this unexpected gift, you whatever you want to call it, I feel like this is the honesty here. And it, you know, this is, it's a balance between the two of you, and I feel like that's what is going to make you happy. It's because it's going to be like, wow, like, this is good. This is great. I like this. Please, I don't want it to end. And again, like I said, what might hold you back is if you if you focus too much on the facts, too much on the truth, and not enough on how you feel, not enough on emotions, like that could hold you back in this situation here. So it's basically like, don't forget the love here. Yes, there's a lot of honesty, there's a lot of truth, there's a lot of talking things out, you know, especially talking things out that you probably felt restricted in talking about before. Like, it almost feels like the floodgates are open, you know. It's like before you couldn't say what you wanted to say and you were very restricted, and now it's like, okay, you're open. It's open season. You can talk about anything with this person. And, you know, just be mindful that it's not always serious conversations, it's not always a serious talk, that you have to, you know, there has to be emotions involved here as well. Don't forget the love. All right, that's your reading, Cancer, for this week. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, I'd appreciate it if you could like and or subscribe. You know, it helps you because you get notified when I do new readings or post new readings up, which is fairly frequently. Good luck this week. Take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye. All right, Leo, let's see what's going on for you this week. Okay. Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, the Lovers in reverse, Five of Pentacles in reverse, the Three of Wands, you know, the King of Swords in reverse, the Hierophant in reverse, the Ace of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Cups in reverse. Everything's in reverse down here, and the Hermit, okay, in reverse. So what we've got here, this is where we've been, this is where we're going. So where we've been here, Leo, I feel like you've been alone. These are, I am alone, I feel lonely, I'm alone, nothing is sparking my interest, I don't really feel any sort of inspiration here. This is like, it's like losing faith, like losing the things that you believed in, because it's like nothing is happening. You feel like nothing is happening, so you're starting to lose faith in something here, and you're beginning to become a little narrow-minded. This is, you know, you're not really thinking about broadly about things. You're just becoming very focused, very one-track minded. it can be that you're focusing a lot on, you know, being alone and not having anything start here. And yeah. Okay, so this is where you've been. So where are we going this week, Leo? Well, we're moving very slowly here with the Knight of Pentacles. You're in this, you're starting in this energy of, I'm just gonna wait and see what happens here because, well, I wouldn't say because, but it's like you're waiting and seeing what happens, but it's gonna cause you more problems to kind of just sit and wait and see what happens. Like it's like, it's basically like not really saying yes to anything, or not really like, the feeling that I'm getting here, I'll explain the energy. I'm not saying this is the situation, no, I'm just saying what the energy is. So it's like getting a lot of offers, but not actually like accepting any of them, but just saying, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. And then you get to a point where, okay, now you have all these offers, but you have to sort through them and figure out, well, what is it? Which one is it that you want, kind of thing. Like it's similar to that. That's just an example. It's just because you start to feel overwhelmed because you hadn't really done anything. You've just been kind of waiting. You're like, okay, I see what you're doing there. Okay, so I've taken note of that. Okay, I've taken note of this, I've taken note of that, but not taking any action. So it's like, I'm watching, you haven't taken any action, and now it's becoming a little bit overwhelming because you haven't really done anything here, and that is going to cause a problem here in some sort of connection. Now, I don't know where this connection's coming from, because here I get a lot of loneliness here, being alone, being on your own. But there is a connection here. So there is somebody here. It can be that perhaps this is the connection here that wasn't starting here, that you weren't finding any sort of inspiration or that spark from. And it's, you know, that is where the sort of feeling overwhelmed is coming from, or is leading. Yeah, it's that it's like, because it's like feeling overwhelmed, and it's causing, you know, sort of a miscommunication in this connection. And I feel that this is you kind of, it's all because you're not willing to do anything here. A lot of this, we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. It's just you waiting and seeing where things, before acting. You're not making any actions here, and that is kind of the problem here, Leo, not gonna lie. And I feel like some of this is just because you've lost faith in something here. It can be that in connections, in that you don't want to commit to anything here because you're thinking too much about it, or you're very focused on not wanting to commit to any one thing. But there are many things here now, and now it's becoming overwhelming, but you are kind of you're pushing a lot of this aside. I feel like you're pushing perhaps people away, and there's just no action here. It's just, I just want to wait and see what happens. I don't want to move forward. I don't want to do anything here. And it's just becoming a little too much here. I don't really know why, but it just feels I mean, it all has to do with you, with how you think about this. You know, this is like a loss of faith here. Like perhaps you went through a breakup or something, or you witnessed a breakup, and you're like, no, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to be that committed to somebody. So I'm not going to be that committed to somebody, but you don't tell people no, is what I feel. So you don't cut people off. You keep the door open for them. You don't completely push them away, and it's becoming a problem. Or it's starting to become a problem. Okay. Let's see what else we can get here. Okay, unexpected income. It's coming out a lot. Things are just unpredictable, but I kind of felt that with was it the weekend energy? There's just this energy of unpredictability, Uranus or Uranus, whatever, is kind of in the air here. All right. So, Leo. I do feel that perhaps you did not expect to be in this position where you are having to take things very slow. I do feel that this kind of just fell into your lap a little bit here. There's a bit of that feeling that I feel like this may have been going on for a long time, though. This feeling of, I shouldn't say that the overwhelming feeling it's gone for a long, it's that it's been building for a while. So it's like it started with one wand here, right? And we've gone from one wand, and now we're at 10 wands. So it's like it's been building over time, building over time. So it has taken some time to get to this point to where it's starting to feel overwhelming here. I do feel that there has been contact. There has been a message here. This has to do with, well, I wouldn't say there has been contact, but it's more that there isn't contact here, that the communication here sucks is more what it is. So it can be that, you know, somebody has tried to message you, has tried to, you know, communicate with you, get a message out to you here, but it's like it didn't do anything for you. You're like, whatever, it didn't really do anything for you, and you just pushed this person away. You just pushed them away because you are not ready here for commitment. I feel that this mature man energy is, it's almost like it's either you have somebody that you're looking up to who has advised you in this way that, you know, oh my gosh, something popped into my head and I don't want to say it because it's kind of disrespectful, but I'll say it's along the lines of bros before hoes, kind of way of thinking, you know, just kind of that there may be somebody here who has advised you that, you know, being with somebody, a partner, is just more trouble than it's worth, kind of thing. So it's like you should just push people away. You know, you don't want to be tied down. But this feels like it's coming from somebody who you respect on some level. Somebody who's very worldly. They don't have to be old. This is just somebody who has a lot of experience. Like I'm drawn to the globe there. So this is somebody who has a lot of experience, somebody who's very worldly, who's well traveled, you know, somebody who has had a lot of relationships, maybe. So this is kind of what they're advising you, is that you need to like push people away. You don't want to be tied down, but don't close the door completely. You know, you want to still be available here. I'm not saying this is the advice that you should be taking. It's just this is kind of what's going on here, in the energy. And with official person, there's a bit of a neutral energy here that it's like you're waiting and seeing because you don't want to, well, I wouldn't say that you don't want to, but it's an energy of I just want to remain neutral. I don't want to get involved here. So I'm just gonna, I'm not taking any action. I'm just seeing what's gonna happen here. It's almost like I just want to be friends type of energy here. I just want friends. I don't want a relationship right now because whatever, because I feel like you have a narrow view on what commitment and relationships is. And so for you right now, Leo, you're like, yeah, I'm not about that. I don't want a relationship. I just want friends. I mean, like, that's up to you, right? I'm not judging or anything like that. I'm just relaying to you the energy here. So this is kind of what we're going towards, the energy that's coming in for you. So let's see what Spirit has to say about this, or the universe, whatever you want to call it, the advice or guidance that's here for you in this situation. Seven of Swords in reverse. Three of Pentacles in reverse. The Five of Cups. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And the Two of Cups in reverse. Okay, then we have the Chariot. So the main sort of advice here from Spirit is, yes, you know, choose your own path. You are in control of your life and where you want it to go and your destiny, but just make sure that you're being honest with yourself. With the Seven of Swords here, don't lie to other people, but also don't lie to yourself. It's more important not to lie to yourself, you know, especially when it comes to commitment and relationships and all that. It's like, is this really what you want? Or are you just following the advice of somebody else? You know, is it, or do you, you know, because I get this energy that you're a little lonely, or that you were lonely. I don't know if you still are, but, you know, in the past energy here where you've been, you have been quite lonely and on your own. So by pushing all this energy away from you, from you know, preventing from having any sort of like connection here, you know, like it's almost like when it gets too much, it's like you just start pushing them away. It's like, is that really what you want? You know, are you being honest with yourself here? Here we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. I feel that, you know, what you should be embracing here, if you want some opportunities here, is, you know, you don't have to work with other people, but, you know, use what you've got. If you focus kind of what you have, then that will give you opportunities. There's also a third energy here. There's also about realizing that not everybody is wanting to help, is wanting to work things out with you. It's very interesting that there's ants here, because I've been seeing a lot of ants lately. Just, I mean, it's summer, I guess, but I've just been seeing a lot of ants lately, and I've just been noticing them. So it's very interesting that's here. So I do feel like this is kind of important. And it's more about, like, it just does feel like not everybody is willing to work here with you, and kind of recognizing that, or being just mindful that not everybody wants to work on things here. Not everybody wants to do things the way that you want to do them. Not everybody's going to be on the same page as you. So it's, you know, it's good to sort of recognize that here. Otherwise, if you, it's almost like not expect to be disappointed, but realize you could be disappointed. With the Five of Cups here, you could be disappointed, and disappointment will hold you back. But, you know, when you realize that not everybody wants to work with you, or not everybody's on the same page as you, especially when there's third party energy, not everybody sees things the way that you see them. If you're honest with yourself, you know, then you kind of avoid getting disappointed, and that will hold you back. Now, what you should be embracing here is the Eight of Pentacles. Don't try too hard. Basically, you know, a lot of times, you know, you just let the energy flow. If you try too hard, then, you know, you don't kind of like it's almost like, how do I explain it? Like, I know when I let things flow, and I don't like try too hard to get something or have something, then that's when, like, you know, things just happen. You know, it's just, you know, very natural, very organic. But when you try to force things, then it doesn't happen in that way. So this is just advice here. Just, you should embrace, you know, not trying too hard, but also, you know, put in the work. You do need to put in the work as well, that you can't just sit here and just expect things to happen. There's that here as well. What you should avoid, honestly, this is about separation. This is about avoid pushing people away, to be honest. And I mean, this is kind of coming in kind of strong here. With the Two of Cups in reverse, because there is a connection here that is very strong, that I feel you are pushing this away. You are pushing this connection away because you heard from somebody else that, you know, it's just going to be trouble. It's just going to be too much work and all this. It's, no. I feel that you need to be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself about this connection, because there is at least one connection here with somebody that you might feel that it's going to be too much work. But I don't know, sometimes, you know, putting the work is worth it. And Spirit here is almost kind of saying it might be worth it. It might be worth it, and that maybe you shouldn't ignore this connection here, because there is a connection here that is being kind of ignored. And it's like, is it really what you want? Because I see in your energy in the past that, you know, there is lonely energy, and just, you know, not being inspired, not feeling that spark from other people. And I don't know, maybe you wrote this person off too soon. There's that energy as well, because it's like you were waiting for something specific. It almost feels a little picky. I'm not gonna lie. It almost feels like your expectations may be a little too high here. Or not expectations, your standards are a little too high here. It feels a little, there's a little bit of that as well. But yeah, I mean, energy changes and everything. That's just what Spirit wants to tell you right now, Leo. So, all right, that's your reading for this week. Thanks for watching. If you found, I don't know why, I just like hesitated. If you enjoyed this reading and or you found it interesting in any way, I'd appreciate it if you could like and or subscribe. That just helps me do more of the channel, and you get to be notified when I post new videos, which I try to do as regularly as I can. Yeah, so good luck this week. Take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye. All right, Virgo, let's see what's going on in the energies for you this week. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of like not really feeling the spread completely, and I kind of just want to change it slightly. And I'm like, should I change it? But I don't really want to change it. Like, I don't think I feel like I don't think that I should change it, but I feel like I should change it. So you know what? I'm gonna go by my feelings. I am gonna change it. It's not a big change. It's just, yeah. Feelings be weird. All right, Virgo. So you're gonna get a different spread. I mean, I guess it's like the halfway point. We're changing it up halfway. Sort of. Not really. Just slightly. I'm just going to switch out of the deck. You know, if it would like to... Okay, maybe it doesn't want me to change. No. Indecision. But not really. Okay, here we go. Here we go. 9 of Cups. 6 of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Why do I not even... never mind. Never mind. I was gonna say, why does this not feel like your energy? But then I realized, like, no, it probably is your energy. It's probably both. To be honest. 9 of Wands in reverse and the Devil in reverse. Page of Cups in reverse. 2 of Wands. 9 of Pentacles. Death. And the 9 of Swords. Okay, Virgo. So this is where you've been, and this is where we're going. So where we've been, or where you've been here in your energy, there's something here that was stressing you out, but you've gotten rid of that. That's nice. You know, whatever was stressing you out, you're like, done. It's gone. I got rid of it. Now I feel free. I feel free that I've gotten rid of whatever stressed me out. I'm free to look forward, make plans, you know, and figure out what I want to do here. But now it's like, oh, the world is my oyster. I can do anything I want. What do I want to do? There's a lot of daydreaming energy here. You know, it's not, you're not actually doing anything right now. You're just kind of thinking about it. You're just kind of wishing. There's just the wishful thinking energy here. So it's like whatever was holding you back here and stressing you out, it's gone, and now you're free. You're free to do whatever you want to do, and you haven't really decided. You haven't really figured it out yet. So there's a lot of like, you know, I could do this. What if I did this? What if I did that? What if I did this? What if I did that? All right. So your incoming energy for this week here is there's some sort of wish fulfillment that's happening here. I feel you are moving towards it very slowly here, with the Six of Swords. I feel like I'm moving towards what would make me happy. You feel pretty good about it. This is like very mature, stable energy here. You feel like it would make you feel, what's the word? I don't know, like it all just kind of makes sense to you, basically. It all is making sense to you. Here. It is a little bit of a struggle, not gonna lie. See, it's very slowly. You're moving towards it very slowly because there's a bit of like choppiness here, a bit of choppy waters here that you have to get through here. So it is a little difficult. There is some tension here because some bad habits are kind of creeping back here, okay? It's like you're very tempted to do what you used to do here, and I feel like that comes back to this. You're very tempted to do what you used to do here, what you got rid of. Like, you did so well, Virgo. You know, you got rid of whatever this is that was stressing you out, but you're very tempted to kind of like go back in that. It's still there. You're not doing it, but the temptation still lingers there to whatever it is. There's something here. It's like negative thoughts. You know, there's somebody who's whispering something. It's like the devil whispering in your ear, trying to sort of dissuade you, discourage you from moving forward here. And that's what you're struggling with here. You haven't given into it, but it is making it a little more difficult than it really needs to be. Okay. What I said I was changing here. I'm getting a different deck here. Which one do I want to? This one. Come out. Come out, come out, come out, come out. Come out. Okay. All right. Let's get more energy here. Okay, so we have the Fool in reverse, we have the Sun in reverse, we have the Seven of Cups, we have the Two of Cups in reverse, and the Ace of Cups in reverse. It's very interesting. Virgo. I feel like there is something preventing your wish from really coming into its own here. There's something that's starting it from beginning here. And I feel like you're not very happy that you have to sort of make your way towards it. I almost feel like you were expecting it to just kind of happen, to be honest. Here. I do feel like you feel, I'm stumbling over my words. I'm sorry. Sometimes I need to slow down. My brain needs to slow down. My mouth goes before my brain goes. I mean, this does have to do, I do feel this has to do with a connection here. So this wish fulfillment is some sort of connection here. I do feel like you had some options here. When you finally got free of whatever this was, you're like, I'm free to do what I want, but now, like, what do I want to do? I have so many options here. But I feel like you have sort of, you're using your common sense here when it comes to choosing which one or which option that you want to go with here. But you are struggling here because it's like, the world is your oyster. You have so many options and you're struggling here to really find that connection. It almost feels like you're just, you're trying a lot of options here, but it's not really hitting for you. You know, you're not really finding the connection that you want, and you're struggling with that. And it's starting to, the temptation here, the sort of the devil whispering in your ear is basically whispering you're going to forever be alone, forever alone. And that's not true. It's just you're having some bad luck here. You're not very happy about the direction where you're going in with, you know, these options here. So, you know, it is a bit of you gotta kiss a lot of frogs before you find your prince type of energy here. It just feels like, you know, you're awesome here. You know, you have the Queen of Pentacles energy. This is like, the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is very responsible, somebody who anybody should be lucky to have the Queen of Pentacles as their like partner here. But so I do feel that you're okay, you know, you're not freaking out about it. So you're just kind of like, okay, so let's just go back and choose another. But, you know, there is that sort of that double energy that is trying to whisper into your ear that, you know, none of this is working out. I don't know what's really preventing it here. It's like you do, and it's like you do have everything here. Like you have a lot to offer here, but there's something here that like it's like you just can't really get going here. Like you're trying to get going, but you can't really get going here. It can also be, you know, that you're just kind of, you may be playing things a little too safe here, you know, maybe going for the safe options here, you know, things that are comfortable, because the Queen of Pentacles is also somebody who likes comfort. She likes things to be kind of the same and everything. And, you know, it can just be that the people that you're choosing here, the connections that you're choosing here are just kind of safe. Yeah. All right, let's see what Spirit has to say here. What kind of advice or guidance Spirit has for you, Virgo. Okay, we have the Three of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Temperance, Strength, and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Then we have the Emperor. I feel like the main advice here from Spirit is with the Emperor, you know, you are in control. You have control of this. It's almost like a you got this type of energy here. You got this. You're basically like, you have to build a foundation here. You're building something here. And it kind of feels like I said, you know, you got to kiss a lot of frogs here. It does kind of feel like these are all learning experiences. You are learning through these experiences. Yes, it kind of sucks that, you know, these connections, they don't work out and it's a struggle here, but it is a learning. You are learning things from this, you know, and you're in control of what's going on here. What you should be embracing here, it does feel a little bit, if you kind of go back and look at your past, that you may find some opportunities here. When I say look at your past, this is like being a little nostalgic. It can even be looking at people who maybe you didn't consider in the past. I'm getting a bit of that energy, or people that you used to know, that people maybe you haven't talked to for a while. There's that energy here. Or people from like when you were younger or when you were a child. I don't know, because this is going with it's going with this sort of Fool in reverse energy here. It just feels like there's something in your past that maybe you didn't take a chance on and you didn't take a risk with, And it's almost like, you know, maybe Spirit is like, maybe you should look at that. Look at something in your past here that you didn't I don't know why it came in my head. You didn't have the balls to go for. You might find an opportunity here, because what you should be embracing is, don't be afraid. You know, this is strength here. Find your inner strength. Find that courage, because you're playing it a little safe here. Not gonna lie. Spirit is calling you out, Virgo. You're playing things a little safe here, and Spirit is like, you know, get some balls. I'm sorry, but it is. It's very like, you know, have some strength. You know, get that bravery, that courage here. Take a risk. And I feel like there's something in the past, something in your past that you did not take a risk on, and Spirit is kind of saying, you know, that might open some opportunities here for you. Things you should avoid. Well, if you wait around, this is Temperance. If you just kind of wait around and expect something to fall into your lap and happen, Spirit here is to tell you that's not happening. If you wait around, that's just going to hold you back. If you wait for miracles or whatever, that's not going to happen. Again, Four Pentacles. There's always symmetry here. Four Pentacles and reverse strength. They both have similar energies of being afraid here, and this is what you should what it just flew out of my head. This is what you should embrace. This is what you should avoid. I was gonna say not embrace. I'm like, that's not right. What is it? Avoid. Avoid, yes, being scared here, but this is also avoid blocking things off, you know, just because you're scared of it. This is a lot of, you know, you're trying to protect yourself here. You know, you're trying to protect yourself from something, you know, possibly rejection. You're just protecting yourself, what you find valuable, which is yourself here. And you should avoid being overly protective. Avoid being overly protective to the point where you just block things or people off because you're afraid of what might happen. And Spirit is saying avoid that. But the things that are happening here, you know, the options that aren't working out here, again, like I said, you know, it's learning experiences. You're learning from this. All right, Virgo, that is your reading for the week. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, I'd appreciate it if you could like and or subscribe. That helps me do more with the channel, and you get to be notified when I post new readings up, which I try to do as regularly as I can. Good luck this week. Take care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. All right, Libra. Let's see. Oh, I have to sneeze again. Let's see what's going on for you this week. Well, I try not to like sneeze. Okay, it was a weird sneeze. Okay, it almost sounded fake. It was not, but it was weird. Okay, whatever. Libra, let's see what's going on for you this week. These readings are going on longer than I expected them to go. I don't really know why. Justice. It's your energy, Libra. Justice. The Hanged Man. The Seven of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. And Temperance in reverse. Page of Swords. Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Wands, Five of Wands in reverse, and the Hierophant. Alright, so this is where we've been. This is where we're going. So where have we been, Libra? Lots of like balancing energy here. Get a lot of your energy here as well. Okay, So there was some sort of commitment or promise here that caused a lot of conflict here. Could be arguments, could be disagreements here. Yeah. I feel like somebody here, I feel like this is you, Libra, it's like you pretended like it didn't bother you. It did bother you, but you kind of just pretended like it didn't bother you at all. Like, at least, when people look at you. So, the people around you, they just thought that you weren't bothered by what was going on here. But it did bother you. But they didn't know that. um, Nine of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like because you had to pretend like you were okay with this, it made you feel like you couldn't really do the things that you wanted to do. And so you kind of just had to spy, do this kind of watch from afar, because you couldn't really participate, because it's because you pretended like none of this bothered you. I don't know what this is. I'm wondering if I should clarify right now. I do want to. You know what? I'm gonna actually clarify this. I don't normally, but I'm actually gonna clarify what this Hierophant is, because it's bothering me. What is this? Like, clarify this Hierophant. I don't clarify, but we're just going at it. King of Cups, Magician in reverse, Star in reverse. Okay, I see now. So I feel like okay, so whatever this commitment was, I don't feel like you were in the commitment, or if you were in the commitment, whatever it was, it made you quite sad. Okay, yeah, I get it. It was from the past. It was a long time ago. Okay, so this was a long time ago. Something that made you sad. It almost feels like you tried to make a commitment with somebody and it didn't work out, and that is what was sad here. It almost feels like a rejection. Like, that's what I was wondering. I'm like, but it's upright. I'm like, why isn't there a rejection here? It almost feels like somebody else maybe was already committed to somebody else, and you tried and you got rejected here, and that made you quite sad, and caused a lot of conflicts here, arguments, disagreements on some level here. Okay, I get it. So yes, you had to hide, you were hiding the conflict that you had with whatever the situation was, but it made you feel restricted, like you couldn't really do what you wanted to do. It can also be like if you were in a commitment, you tried to sort of express how you felt, and that didn't work out either, but you got stuck in a commitment here, a commitment that you're not really, feeling, that that you don't believe in anymore. There's also that energy as well. So it's like almost like you have to pretend like everything's okay, but you fight with this person a lot. So you don't feel like you can do what you want to do. Instead, you just watch from afar. Okay, so where are we going? This is where we've been. Where are we going, Libra? Well, this is your energy. Justice. Karma. Karma is happening here with whatever this situation is. So whether, obviously there's sadness, or you don't believe in the commitment in this connection, whatever it is, whatever's long term here that you don't believe in, there's going to be karma here. And I don't feel like it's to you. I feel like it's, to the situation here. So if there's another person here, they're going to get sort of their just rewards, whatever you want to call it. The universe is dealing out some karma in this situation here. You're just going to have to wait and see, though. There's a lot of just wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's happening. It will happen, but it's not going to happen right away. The universe doesn't usually work quite quickly. The universe can work suddenly, but not quickly. So this is one of these times where you're gonna have to wait divine timing. You may spend a lot of this time looking back at what happened, you know, just trying to reevaluate the situation here, you know, what's going on here. But with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, it is, and with the Temperance, you are gonna get impatient about it. There is an impatience about this. You may kind of it may be disruptive to your daily life here. I almost feel like it might distract you or something from your life here, and cause, you know, some disturbances here. You might lose your cool here a little bit. You might get a little snappy here, just because you're kind of impatient. You're impatient waiting for something to get fixed here, for this to get fixed here, because I feel it. I feel it here, like you really want to do something here and you feel restricted, and like it's like you push the envelope as far as you can. It's like you, if let's say you are in a commitment or in a relationship that you aren't happy in, I do feel that if you are talking to somebody, you know, you push the envelope a little bit. You're not cheating or anything like that, but you know, you talk to them and you have like, you exert energy towards them, but you know, nothing's happened, and you might even spy on them a lot more. This is like, you know, online stalking type of energy as well. um so, and you know, it can get kind of frustrating, it can get annoying, it can get on your nerves a little bit here. All right, let's see what else we can get. Why does it feel so much later than it actually is? It is not that late here. It's like barely afternoon. This morning has just gone on so long. It's crazy how long this morning has gone on. Just, I don't know. Four of Swords. What's this? Knight. Yeah. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Three of Cups. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. A lot of pentacles here. And the Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so Libra, I feel like you've been quiet. You've been keeping quiet. You've been not saying anything while things are kind of being balanced, while justice is being served by the universe here. You know, you've just been kind of healing, resting here. So it almost feels like it's been happening without you even realizing it. Like it's kind of been going on and you don't even know that it's going on here. But this sort of like wait and see type of energy here, it does, you know, stop you. You can't do anything about it. You're very stagnant energy. It's like I can't move forward, you know. It's like you're just waiting. I do see like you are like, while you, it's like you're not doing nothing, you know, with the Three of Cups here. You are like enjoying yourself, you know, being social, talking to people, hanging out, and all of that here. This Queen of Wands, again, like I said, you are pretending like none of this is bothering you. People who don't know what's really going on, Libra, they see you as somebody who's very confident, who's having a fun time, who's very happy, and all, you know, very positive, all of that. This is what people see of you. They don't know that you are secretly, silently waiting for shit to kind of, you know, for karma to kind of happen here. They don't know this while you're waiting here. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, I do feel like, you know, you feel restricted in what you like, and what you want to do here, and you know, it is causing some disruptions here in your life, but they're really like, you feel like there isn't really a lot that you can do about it, and it can make you feel a little unfocused here. Like you don't really feel like you have a direction where you're going in your life. it's very I wouldn't say strange, but it's like because you don't feel like you can really move forward, like there's a stagnant energy here, you know, it causes you to feel like you don't have a direction in your life because you can't really move forward. There's no forward movement here. Yes, temperance here, in reverse with the Queen of Swords in reverse. You might get a little snippy. I told you, you might feel a little snippy here, especially like near the end of the week. You know, you've tried to stay calm, you've tried to keep your cool here, but I do feel that you might, you know, you might lose your temperament here, and you might say some things that you don't really mean to say, especially with this Page of Swords here. You know, just kind of verbal diarrhea might be happening here near the end of the week. And it's just because you know, you just feel like you're not going anywhere, and because you're too busy, like you're waiting for this karma to happen. All right, let's get some advice here. Advice, guidance and or advice for Libra and this situation. Empress in reverse, Page of Swords again, Four of Swords again, Six of Wands, and Nine of Pentacles again. And then we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So the advice here from Spirit is, just because things aren't starting doesn't mean you should shut down. Doesn't mean that you should close yourself off, you know, doesn't mean that you especially close yourself off emotionally. Just because you don't see anything happening, that you don't see things starting, doesn't mean that you should just be like, I don't care, I'm just going to avoid people, I'm going to not talk to people. Because I feel like we've all been there. We've all, like, the energy I'm getting, it's like we've all been there when we're just like, I just want to be left alone, I just don't want to talk to anybody, can I just like bury my head in the sand, just leave me alone. Yeah, but the Spirit here is like, you know, don't do that, don't shut down, don't close yourself off just because it feels like nothing is happening here, nothing is starting here. That's the sort of main advice here from Spirit. What you should be embracing here, this Page of Swords here, yes, you know, it's like look but don't touch. Yes, you know, that's where you get opportunities. Look but don't touch. I don't know why, it's just all I'm getting here. Look but don't touch. What you should be embracing here is the Six of Wands. It's like embracing small victories, but also embracing that you have the attention of people. I do feel that with the Three of Cups here and the Queen of Wands here, people are paying attention to you, or energies are paying attention to you, Libra. So embrace this, notice this. It's like I see a peacock here, right? There's a peacock here. You are being paid attention to by other people, by other energies here. So yes, this is, you know, the Page of Wands is also a card, you know, talkative. Be very talkative, you know. Don't be afraid to talk. You know, I don't know how talkative you are, but Libras tend to be kind of talkative here. You know, just don't change really if you're a talkative person. You know, that this might bring some opportunities for you. You know, you might talk to the right person. So like, you know, keep on talking here. What you should be avoiding here, well, what will hold you back is if you stay silent. See how they seem to always be opposites, right? This is what you should embrace: talking. What you should avoid is being silent, saying nothing. Look, you have the sloth and you have the little, was it cockatoo, something like that, whatever, the bird. Talkative birds. So yes, embrace talking, avoid not talking, avoid being quiet. You should also avoid, so the Nine of Pentacles here, this is a kind of a lazy energy. This is what I'm getting from the Nine of Pentacles here is kind of relaxing, leisurely energy, taking things easy. Yes, avoid taking things easy, but I'm also getting avoid doing what it is that you want, because here you feel like you can't do what you want. There is a restriction here. You do feel restricted, but don't just do whatever you want, because the restriction is coming from, it's like following the rules here. So if you could do whatever you wanted, anybody can do whatever they want, right? But we don't, because there are rules. It's like, well, you can't just like buy whatever you want if you don't have the money to buy it, right? I mean, like, you can't just take whatever you want. You can't just steal. I mean, yes, you could, if you could, but don't go stealing. I mean, it's like that energy. It's like, yes, you could do whatever you wanted. Yes, you could cheat on somebody, but don't, because this needs to be figured out. The karma needs to be figured out here. The universe is doing this. You just kind of have to wait. It sucks, but you don't have to wait. You're enjoying your time while you're waiting, but just don't shut down and keep talking. Don't stay silent. That's sort of the main advice here. So that's your reading, Libra, for this week. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this reading in any way, I'd appreciate it if you could like and or subscribe. That helps me do more at the channel, and you get to be notified when I post new readings up, which is quite regularly as I can. And good luck this week. Take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Alright, Scorpio, let's see what's going on for you this week. Okay, so we have Temperance, Death, King of Swords, Three of Wands in reverse, Six of Swords in reverse, the Magician, High Priestess, Four of Swords in reverse, Queen of Wands, and the Emperor. Okay, a lot of major arcana. So bottom part is where you've been. Top is where we're going. I feel like you started off in a place where you're like, things are good. I'm in control of things here. Sorry. But it's like, I almost feel like you've been like almost like second guessing yourself a little bit here. It's like you started to feel less confident in that. Like you started to, it almost started to be like, am I just pretending that I'm in control of things? It's like at first you felt like, yes, I have control of the situation that's going on here. Everything is fine. I'm in control. But then this is like, I'm fine. Like, I'm actually fine. I'm good. I'm in control. And then here it's like, I'm fine. Am I good? It's like it started to feel like you were just pretending like you were in control. So it's like, at one point you were sure that you were in control, and then it started to feel like maybe you were just pretending that you had control, and then you started to get in your head about it. It started, the wheels were starting to turn here in your head about it. Yeah, and then it kind of, it's like your confidence, like, it's like you do know that you can do things here, but it's almost like you started to sort of hide. It's a little bit of, why is this all, whoa. It's like, then it's like feeling like you had to keep things secret, or it's either that or something was hidden from you. And so you're like, okay, well now I'm gonna manifest this in. It's like I don't really know what's going on, so I'm gonna try to do it. I'm going to try to make it. I'm not sure if there was like a reason for this though, because it just feels like you were okay, and then it's just like you didn't even really get in your head. It's just kind of like, I'm okay. Am I okay? I'm not sure. Now I can't stop thinking about this. There must have been a reason for this. And so I was like, okay, well, I don't really know. So I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to make something happen here. So that's where you're at. So where are we going here, Scorpio? Well, it's like, okay, so with the Magician here and Temperance. So this is kind of like where we're starting. This is like the energy where we're starting, where we're going here. Because the Magician crosses Temperance. There's a lot of you really trying to change things and trying to make something happen here. There's just a lot of like alchemy. Wanting to kind of change the game here. It's like, I want to... Is there something here that it's like that's hidden from you? I feel it's hidden from you. You don't know. It's behind the veil here. It can be spirit that's just hiding here. There's just things that you don't know. There's things hidden behind the veil. And I feel like you're trying to figure it out. You want to see what's behind the veil here. You know, there's a lot of this like wanting to see what's behind there, wanting to have information and knowledge here. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna do things a little differently than how you normally would do it. Changing it up here. Changing it up. These are two cards or energies of change. I want to change like what you normally would do here. It's like you're doing it kind of different here. Because it's almost like, you know, like you yeah, it's like you have to do things different here. And it's not that you have to, but it's like you know that you need to do things differently here. That you have to take action in a different way here. But it's not quick, you know. It's gonna take some time here. It's gonna cause some delays here because you're doing things differently. You're doing things how you normally wouldn't do, and it's a slower process, you know. Whatever this is, whatever you're doing differently in this situation, you know it's going to be slower, but eventually things are going to come back around again. I feel like it's going to come back around again to this Emperor energy, to feeling in control again. It's just really weird. It's just like a little hiccup here for you, Scorpio. I don't really know what happened, so let's get some more energies here because I have no idea what happened here. I have Savage Love stuck in my head. I mean, I saw it earlier, but it's still stuck in my head. You know, Savage Love. It's stuck in my head. I don't even know why. I don't even really like the song. So I don't know. Maybe there's some meaning in there for you. I have no idea. Okay. Ace of Swords in reverse. Hanged Man in reverse. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Hermit in reverse. And the Emperor. Yeah, I knew that this was coming back around to this energy. See the Emperor here? We want to, it's like all this is happening because you want to feel in control again. So it's like, okay, we're coming back around here. I mean, think of this as, it's a circle, a cycle almost, sort of. It's not going this way. It's actually going da, 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 and then this is coming back here and we're going da, 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 da. So right now we're here. We're here, we're here, we're here. In the current energy, we're Magician, Temperance here. We're at the point where, okay, something needs to change. Something different needs to change here. It's just, it's like with the Ace of Swords in reverse, it's just like you're overthinking it. You're overthinking the control that you had here, and it almost feels like because nothing was really happening, because things were just kind of the same, that's when you started to doubt yourself. It's just very strange. It's like whatever situation this is, if it's a connection or if it's just your life, or I don't know, but it's like you were confident, you were fine, you thought things were good, you had control, everything, you oversaw everything, and everything was working as it should. But then it's like you got in your head. You got in your head, you started to overthink things. You started to wonder, is it really good? You know, it's like things are quiet. It's a little too quiet. And then you started to think, well, nothing's changing. With the Hangman upright, I just feel this is like stagnant energy. It's very stagnant energy. You're just standing on the spot here. And then it just feels like this energy is like, maybe I don't have as much control as I think that I do. And then it's like, then it just stopped with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And then it's just any sort of progress, because I feel there was progress. Things were happening. You just felt like nothing was going on. You know, this is just, you know, you getting in your head thinking that nothing was going on, but then by getting in your head, then things actually stopped, because then you start to really think about it. It started to sort of, you know, the wheels were turning in your head, and that is what actually stopped things here. And then we get to the Hermit. The Hermit is overthinking. There's a lot of thinking going on. Scorpio, I'm going to tell you now, just get the fuck out of your head. But I do feel you are. I feel like that's the incoming energy here. The incoming energy here is, you know, I need to change things. You know, I need to change the way that I'm thinking, the way that I'm doing things. And I get that. It's like you're in your head. You're in your head, and it's like, I don't know what's going on. And it's almost like releasing that you accept that you don't know what's going on. It's like, I know what I know. When we get to this King of Swords energy, it's like, I know what I know, and there are a lot of things that actually are not in my control. With the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this is a lot of external energy, things that you have no control over that happen, you know, in life. You know, they're just, you know, it's the things like, trying to give an example here. It's like the weather, right? You can't control the weather, right? That is something that is out of your control. So, you know, you can make all the plans in the world, everything can be perfect, you can think of everything, you know, you can go camping, and you know, it can be sunny that day that you go camping, and you look and it's like it's a sunny day, it's going to be great, you made all these plans, you got all the equipment, and you know, you're on time and you're making good time, and everything can go right, but you can't control the weather. So like, you get there and then it rains, and then you can't do the things that you plan to do, and it, you know, you like, you can't go fishing because you can't go on a lake when there's thunderstorms. It's dangerous. So it's just like, you know, what's the saying, like, best laid plans and all that. It's like you're understanding that not everything is in your control, and that there are external forces that can happen here. So you only know what it is that you know, and you only have so much control. This is the knowledge part that you're getting here. I feel like this is part of the change, part of the transformation here, kind of letting go this feeling of like, maybe, you know, maybe things aren't, I don't have as much control as I think I do. This can also be getting advice, external advice here. The Hermit in reverse. I mean, but it is overthinking here. It is a lot of thinking here that it's like realizing or knowing that when I think too much, I delay myself. I create setbacks for myself. So let's get back around and get back to the Emperor energy. Let's get back and, you know, get back to that frame of mind where I'm in control and everything is fine. It's so weird. You're just kind of go through this like weird loop, Scorpio. This weird loop of energy. I don't really see anybody else's energy here but you, Scorpio. This is all about you. You're just having a little self journey here that's going on here for this week. All right, let's see what the advice here. The advice and or guidance from Spirit for you, Scorpio. You know, every once in a while this shows up in the readings. I would say most of my readings deal with connections and people, but every once in a while it's just you. It's just you. And this is one of those readings. It's just you. Now, the situation that you feel that you have that was in control and all this, the situation could involve somebody else, but this whole journey, this is about you. This is about you and kind of your own sort of self discovery or whatever you want to call it. All right, the Magician. We have the Magician again here. 5 Swords in reverse, 4 Swords in reverse, again Temperance in reverse, and the 6 of Cups in reverse. Then we have the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, so the advice here, the main sort of advice here from Spirit is, yes, the Magician here, it you know, it's the same as the Magician over here. We're at this point where, you know, be confident here, but also like be patient. There is an energy here of, you know, whatever's gonna come, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen here. So be confident in that. Be confident in that. Sometimes you gotta wait for things. Sometimes you have to wait for things to manifest, especially, you know, if you're trying to make something happen. You don't have control over everything. There are some things that you just don't have control over, but, you know, all in divine timing. I know. I hate that saying, divine timing, because it's like, how long am I going to wait? Because my time is not the universe's time. Yeah, it can be frustrating. The King of Wands in reverse. It can be frustrating having to wait for things, having to wait in divine timing, because to me, at least what I'm feeling right now, when I say divine timing, it's basically like not everything is on your timeline. So you might be ready. You might be ready to start something here. Like this is like the planning stages of, you know, making a plan so that you can get ready, you know, being prepared. You might be completely prepared for what's to happen next. But let's say if this has to do with other people, another connection, they might not be. They might have to figure some shit out first. So now, you know, you're just kind of waiting in the weeds here. So if the universe's plan is for you and another person to come together, well, I mean, you might be prepared and ready for that right now, but your counterpart here, the other energy, might not be. And you're just going to have to wait, because the universe is only going to bring you whatever it feels it needs to bring you when you need it and when it's ready for you. And it can just be a case of it's not ready for you yet, and you're just going to have to wait, even if you're prepared. What you should be embracing here, what's going to give you opportunities here, we have the 5 of Swords in reverse. This is about, it is about being a little more humble here. You know, how would I, like being kind of selfless here, like keeping that in mind, that it's not all about you. That's what this is. It's not all about you. 5 of Swords in reverse. So that, you know, keep that in mind here. Embrace, again, temperance. This is impatient energy here. I mean, embrace having patience, basically, because I mean, I know it's in reverse, but it's like, you know, don't get too impatient here. But also when we're talking about change here with temperance here in reverse, you know, it's like, don't be afraid to kind of sort of, you know, basically it's like, don't overdo it. Okay, Like when you're changing things around and you're trying things out, like try not to overdo it. Um, because I mean, I know it's like you can get a little carried away here with trying to change things. You know, trying to think like, okay, what can I change here? Because, like I said, I feel like you're gonna get to a point where you kind of realize, well, I don't have control over everything. I only with the King of Swords here. This is like I only have control. I only know what I know. Um, so there's only like so many ways that you can like rearrange what you already have. You know, it's like you know, if you have only like 5 ingredients, like one of those shows, those cooking shows, and you have to make something out of those 5 ingredients. I mean, it's like you only have what you have, like, and you so you can only rearrange the ingredients so many ways. Um, so it's like you are limited in that aspect here. So try not to overdo it, and try not to get too frustrated here when you kind of realize your limitations here. Things that you should be avoiding. Again, the Four of Swords, this is about getting in your head. This will only hold you back. If you are in your head, if you're thinking about things, if you're not taking the time to kind of step back, you know, take a break here, you know, kind of settle down things, you know, it's only going to hold you back if you don't take that time. And also try not to hold any grudges here. Try not to think too much about what has happened in the past, because I feel here there was something here that happened here, like you that kind of changed, you know, this view. Like you thought you had control, and then like nothing happened, and you're like, do I have control? I don't know how much control I actually have. And then, you know, like try not to think too much about this. Also, it's on top of the High Priestess. There are things that you don't know, and I feel like there are things that you are not meant to know either. And that also causes you to kind of get in your head a little bit here. So, you know, try not to hold on too much to that as well. But it's mostly don't really hold too much onto your past here and hold too many grudges here, which is basically just kind of holding on to the past. Yeah, okay. That's your reading, Scorpio, for this week. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, I'd appreciate it if you could like and or subscribe. That just helps me do more with the channel, and you get to stay informed, or you get notified when I post new readings. I try to post them as regularly as I can. Good luck, take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Hey Sagittarius, so this is going to be your weekly reading. So let's see what's going on this week. Whoa, okay. 8 of Wands in reverse. Okay. The Moon. 3 of Cups. Page of Pentacles. Ooh, 5 of Pentacles. 9 of Wands. Ace of Swords in reverse. 2 of Cups. The Star in reverse. And the Queen of Swords. Okay, Sagittarius. So the bottom row, this is where you're coming from, and the top row is where we're going. So we'll start with the bottom. Interesting that the Moon and the Star here. I feel like there's something, this has nothing really to do with what I was actually going to say, but nighttime, something about the nighttime with Moon and Star here. Something about the nighttime that I don't feel like it's very positive. I feel like it's there's like a loss of hope here. Yeah. It's just, you know, just an energy there. All right, so maybe at night you feel more hopeless. Perhaps maybe you should be more awake during the day. I don't know. It just feels like I'm just feeling like at night is when you lose hope. Okay. Anyways, where the past here, sort of where we've been here. I feel like this is somebody here. I don't feel like this is you, Sagittarius. There's somebody here who has not, it's a bit of tough love here. Somebody here has been really honest about something that, you know, that they've wanted to tell you. They've kind of cut through the bullshit and they've been quite direct here, with something that there's some truth here that somebody has told you and they've been quite direct about it. And I feel like it's caused some sadness here for you. It can be for them as well. It can be what they've been telling you is something that is, it can be for both of you, really. Feeling sad. I just get like a pessimistic, sad energy here. And it does lead to some sort of reconciliation. So there is a coming together here. Again, I do feel in the middle of the spread, if you're dealing with a connection, there is a positivity here, but there is a bunch of shit around it. But there is a reconciliation here with somebody here. So it's like somebody is being very honest here, and it almost feels like it's not that the truth hurts, it's that the truth is sad. You know, it makes you sad, it makes them sad here. But I do feel like the connection here is strong and you are working things out here. Although I will say that not everything is being revealed here. Not all the sort of truth is coming out here. Somebody is kind of holding back. This is, you know, having their guard up. I feel this is you, Sagittarius. You have your guard up here, so you're not really revealing everything that you want to say to this person. So yes, there's reconciliation here, but you are not being as honest as you would like to be here. And I feel part of this is with the Page of Pentacles above. I mean, part of it is because there is an intimidation factor here. There's part of it is like being very careful about what you say here. Yeah. Anyways, we'll get up and we'll go here. So where are we going? So right now we're in this 9 of Wands and this 8 of Wands in reverse energy. The 8 of Wands here is crossed by the 9 of Wands. So I feel you're being very guarded right now, and so you're not really communicating here. I feel this is more you are not communicating because there is a bit of like, I'm just kind of tired of this shit here. There is a bit of that, but also you've got your guard up here, and so it's like, I don't want to talk because there's something here that, you know, you're very anxious, very concerned about it. So it's like, I don't really want to say anything, or not. It's like not saying anything makes you feel concerned, makes you feel anxious. There's a lot of feelings here attached to this, to not communicating. This doesn't have to be just you. This can be that both of you aren't communicating, because we have the Queen of Swords here. So it does kind of feel like maybe somebody who was truthful before has now gone kind of quiet. You know, they said some things, maybe they knew that it was, you know, not very optimistic, so they've kind of gone a little quiet here as well. Or what they said, maybe they could have said it in a better way, possibly, because this is, you know, there isn't a lot of emotions here, so they might have been a little bit cold here. But I don't, you know, they do have emotions, they just didn't express it when they were talking. The 3 of Cups, I do feel like, how do I word this? It's like, in order to sort of kind of get past what you don't know here, it almost feels like you may even kind of distract yourself here with family and friends, because it's like, okay, I don't really know what to do here. So you might reach out to family and friends, you might, you know, share how you feel with them here, but when it comes to this connection, like, even though like that's happening. I do feel there is a bit, like I said, there is a learning that needs to happen here. It's like you do need to, there is something because I don't feel like you're being completely honest here. I don't feel like you're being completely honest with somebody here, or you weren't being completely honest with somebody here. And I do feel like you may be learning about that. You may be learning that maybe you should be more honest here, or just learning that maybe you didn't do it on purpose, and now you're just kind of learning that you haven't actually been as open, as honest as you could have been here. There is a bit of a inexperienced energy here, and it almost feels like because you feel like I don't know what to do. Well, not that you don't know what to do, but because you feel intimidated almost. I do feel like you are going to run away a little bit here. This is because you're very guarded here, and that this is an energy of I'm just going to run away. I don't like I feel like I'm not enough, so I'm going to run away. Okay, let's clarify some of this. Well, not clarify, but let's get some more energies. Where did this card go? Whoa. Okay. Two of Swords in reverse. The Lovers in reverse. Yeah, I knew there was a connection. Three of Swords. Wait. Is this the Queen? Yeah, Queen of Wands in reverse. And Three of Wands in reverse. There's a card that's hidden in here. Where is it? I'm just gonna put this here. It's the Chariot in reverse. It was stuck in the deck. Yeah, okay, yeah. This has to do with a connection. Obviously, we have the two of hearts. It's because I saw the heart. The Two of Cups here. Yes, there is a connection here, and it's a very strong connection, a very deep connection. Ow. I feel like, so the communication here, it has come to a place where I feel like whoever this Queen of Swords is, I do feel like they were at a crossroads here. You know, it's like they could say something. It's like they could say something, or they could say nothing. And I do feel like it was difficult for them to come to this decision here. Obviously, the Queen of Swords here, they did say something here, but the communication kind of was shit, and it's still shit. And I feel like because you're guarded here, you're not communicating here, or the communication isn't very good here. I mean, this is not good at all anyways with the Lovers in reverse. But I will say it was difficult for this person to decide, whether they should say something or not. And with the Lovers in reverse here, again, it does, for the communication here sucks in this connection, and it has this feeling of things are very anxious, very nervous, very concerned here. And that is disappointing. It is really disappointing that this energy, that this moon energy is around, because there isn't any communication, and it just feels, when nobody's really talking here in this connection, it creates this moon energy, which is just, you know, really anxious feelings. Like, I feel very uneasy here in this energy. It's not good. It's not good. And I'm not surprised that then we have the Three of Swords. I mean, there are hurt feelings here. Like I said, there was some sort of reconciliation here, but I feel like this is you. I don't feel like you were really honest, you know, about this, about something in this connection. And there are hurt feelings here. And I just feel like there's just a distraction going on here. I feel like you, Sagittarius, you're distracting yourself away from this uneasy energy by just kind of like, you know, hanging out with friends and family, and, you know, possibly sharing how you feel to them. They might also be doing the same thing. I am getting a little bit of a mirroring energy with the two energies here, especially here. I do feel like there's an exchange that you're both maybe doing this here, but you know, it's upsetting. It hurts. There is a painful truth here, and all that it's doing here is, for you, it's frustrating for you, because I feel like there's something here that you don't know. You don't know something about this connection, about this situation, and it's very frustrating for you. There's even an annoyance here. It's like being annoyed that you feel like you're not enough here. And with, I mean, I know I just put this here, but I feel like it's relevant here. That the Chariot in reverse, it's like you feel a little out of control. You feel like you feel like the path that you're going down is not the right path here, and that you're a little bit out of control, and that does lead to you just kind of running away. But the thing is, running away, all it does is cause setbacks. With the Three of Wands in reverse, it's just going to cause setbacks here, because I feel with the Two of Cups and the Three of Cups in the middle here that it's like you're gonna reconcile, and because, you know, it's this deep connection and everything, it's just delaying sort of this energy here. But I get it. It hurts. So there is heartache here. Okay, let's see what the advice here is for you, Sagittarius. The guidance and or advice here. Hierophant in reverse, Knight of Wands, Ten of Swords in reverse, Two of Pentacles, and the Hermit in reverse. And we have Justice in reverse. I feel like you're not gonna like what I have to say, because Spirit has put Justice in reverse here, and it's like you're not gonna find that this is fair. You're not gonna like what I have to say here. I'm just saying the energies here. So the advice or guidance here, really from Spirit, is there's something that you're gonna have to do that you don't really want to do, but you're gonna have to do it. The Hierophant in reverse can be an energy of, what I'm getting from this is, like you because it's like it's like traditions and rules and regulations and all that, especially social etiquette. And since we're dealing with a connection here, and it's like following the rules and all that, and I feel like it's like you might feel like you want to break the rules here, but with the Hierophant in reverse, I feel like the advice here is, you know, there's something that you're just gonna have to do. You don't really want to do it. You're gonna feel like it's unfair here, or that it's not right for you. But there is just something here that, I mean, I get a lot of headstrong energy here with the Ram. It's like you're gonna have to push through it, because there's just something here in Spirit's like, yeah, you're not gonna really want to do it, but it's like you're gonna have to do it. It's like almost, it's like there's something here that you may have to force, and even you're gonna think it's unfair that you're gonna have to force this. Page of Wands, yeah, the Fool. I feel like you might feel that it's unfair because, like, again, it's this page of, it's this page energy, this Page of Pentacles type of energy. It's like, why do I have to, like, why, just because I don't know, like, just because I'm inexperienced or whatever, just because you have the Fool here and Page of Wands, like, just because of that, you know, that's so unfair. That's so unfair that I have to do this. Okay. I don't know what it is, but I'm just saying there's just something here that you know, the advice here is just kind of suck it up, basically. That's what Spirit is saying. I'm not saying that. That's what Spirit is saying here. So, what should you embrace here? The Knight of Wands. There's something that you have to do. There's something you have to do. I feel like you know what you have to do, probably. You know, there's some action that you have to take here. If you do something here, if you focus on something and take action, I feel it's something social, because I'm drawn to the dolphin, and I feel dolphins are very social creatures, social animals here, that, you know, they're very playful. It almost feels like you might even have to do something very, you know, playful in that manner here, but that if you, this will open opportunities for you in this situation, if your actions are in a playful manner. What you should be embracing is the Two of Pentacles. There's a balance here. You need to embrace balancing things out. And when I say balancing out, you know, this can be trying to balance out this connection and other things in your life. You know, it's like finding that balance here. What is, there's like, I don't remember which deck it is, but it's just reminding me of it, where there's like some deck where it's in water or something, and the Two of Pentacles, it's about, like, you know, finding that balance, like when you're on a boat, you know, trying to find your sea legs kind of thing, you know, and eventually, you know, finding that balance between walking and being on water. I don't know where this is all going, but basically, yes, embrace finding balance here. It's all about finding balance. So what should you be avoiding? Well, what's going to hold you back is if you continue to be in this pain and you don't deal with the pain. You know, a lot of pain and suffering here that is not dealt with. This is just going to hold you back if you don't deal with the pain here. And, you know, the Hermit is, don't isolate yourself. This is what you should avoid. Avoid isolating yourself. I don't feel like you would be with the Three of Cups here, but it does feel like you are going to run away here with the Five of Pentacles, and this can be very isolating energy. And Spirit is like, avoid this. Avoid isolating yourself completely, and avoid, like, not dealing with the pain. Avoid, and it's also like avoiding this pain from growing, because I feel like it starts off in the Three of Swords, but it can get to a 10 of Swords if you let it. And it's like, no, you have to deal with it. You have to deal with the pain that's going on here. And part of that is just doing things that you don't really want to do, but you have to do. You know, suck it up. Okay. That's your reading, Sagittarius, for the week. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, I'd appreciate it if you could like and or subscribe. It just helps me do more with the channel, and you get notified when I post new readings up as regularly as I can. Good luck this week. Take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye. All right, Capricorn. Let's see what's going on for you this week. Okay, we have the Eight of Swords, Page of Swords in reverse, Page of Wands in reverse, Two of Cups in reverse, and the High Priestess. Okay. Sorry, I like it. which am I like? The Devil in reverse, the Knight of Cups, Four of Coins or Pentacles, Six of Pentacles in reverse, and a Five of Wands in reverse. All right, so bottom row here, this is where we've been or where you've been. Top row is where you're going. So we'll start with where you've been. I feel like there was some confrontation here. It feels like there was a confrontation here, and I don't feel like it went in your favor here, to be honest. Whatever this confrontation was, it did not go in your favor, and I feel like it created this, it's like you to be protective of yourself here, which I don't blame you. I mean, you went through something here and you didn't really come out of it that, you didn't come out of it that well. So now but here in this energy, you became very protective of something here, yourself here. Interesting. I don't know what happened here between this Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, because this is very interesting energy to follow, because the Knight of Cups is somebody who acts on their feelings here. So whatever happened over here caused you, Capricorn, to keep things to yourself, but now it's like you act with your emotions. So I don't really know what happened here, because I didn't go further back, but it's like, okay, so now it's like, okay, I'm not letting this happen again. So now I'm just going to act on how I feel here. But just be careful that you don't fall into this sort of devil energy here. So like when you act on your feelings, it's like for you, there is the possibility here that you may, trigger yourself, or you may, get sort of obsessed or addicted here. But I feel like you're not, but the possibility is here. When the devil shows up, the devil energy is there. It's just less of it. So there is the possibility here. It's almost like a warning. You're doing a good job at keeping it at bay here, but it's still here. So where are we going this week, Capricorn? I feel it has to do a bit with this. It has to do with this devil energy here. Like I said, it's still here. It's just less than. So there are things here that are creeping into this energy here that are holding you back here. It's getting in your head. This devil energy is starting to get into your head here a little bit. The negative thoughts here are getting into your head here. It's causing you to assume things here, make assumptions here, and the 2 pages, like, this energy is not good. It's just like you're making assumptions here and you're acting based on these assumptions, but you're like, it's like you don't even really know what's going on here. It's very reckless energy. It's very it's like you're not even thinking straight here, and it's causing this. There's a connection here. It's causing a rift and a connection here. And it's like with the High Priestess, it's like you feel it. There's something here that, like, it's like you don't even really know why you're acting this way. I mean, I can tell you it's the devil energy here, but it's like you have no explanation. So like when this happens, like this is in the current energy, and this is where like we're heading to. It's like when the separation happens, it's like I have no words. I have no words. I don't know what to say. I can't explain why I acted in this way. I can tell you because you started acting with your feelings, with your emotions. You started to act with your emotions here, but you know, the devil energy is here, and it kind of, you got in your head with it, and you just started to make assumptions here and just acting on those assumptions and just doing things all like willy-nilly or whatever, and it wasn't good. You pushed somebody away, and you're just like, I don't know, like I have no words. Okay, let's get some more energies, because that's all I'm getting from that. Okay, here's the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Wands. Page of Wands. The Sun. Queen of Wands. And the Hierophant. I feel that it's like you got in your head here because it's there. This devil energy could be about feeling selfish, feeling entitled here. It can, you know, yeah, I get a lot of selfish energy here of wanting something for yourself. It's nobody else. It's mine. I'm not sharing. That is the devil energy here that was starting to creep in here. You know, you got in your head and you're like, I don't want to share. I don't want to share. I am not into sharing here. That could have been what this argument was in your past. It could have been that you didn't want to share. It couldn't be jealousy. It can be envy here as well. The assumptions that were made, it can be somebody might have told you something. You might have heard something from somebody else. There could have been some news that you heard from, and you just kind of, instead of like getting more information on what happened here or on what they told you, you just, you know, you just made assumptions in your head of based on something somebody told you. But you know, it's a page, you know, it probably wasn't a lot. You didn't have a lot to go on here. And when I'm very drawn to the child here on the Sun card, and I just feel there's a lot of childish energy here. And when I say childish, it's just like immature with the Page of Wands. So it's like you did, based on what you learned here and the assumptions that you made, you did something here, something very immature. It was quite immature and childish here. I mean, it was fun to do. I'm not gonna lie, you had fun doing it, but it caused a separation here. You know, it caused a connection here to separate here. And I feel like this was a connection that, you know, you had some plans for, like that you were trying to, you know, it could have been something to do with emotions, like flirting here. I do get a little bit of shallow energy here. Whoops. With the Queen of Wands, I do get that perhaps what was going on here is that you thought you were kind of hot shit here. It's almost like an energy of, I know you like me. I know you're attracted to me. I know that I can't do anything wrong here. So you might have gotten a little bit carried away. I feel like maybe the information that you got here was that there was a person, like another connection here, that was interested in you. And yeah, it feels that way, that it's like, okay, you heard from somebody else that somebody was interested in you, that they were attracted to you, or that, yeah. And so you went for it, and you know, you had fun here, But yeah, it wasn't, because it kind of, I get a little bit of arrogance here. It's a little bit of like, I know I'm hot shit here, and you know, it's like, I know you're attracted to me, and I feel like it went a little too far. Like, not too far, but like, it kind of left a bad taste in this person's mouth. Maybe even literally, but it just feels like, maybe there was a miscommunication here. There definitely was a miscommunication here. And so you're left here going like, I don't know what happened here. Again, with the Hierophant, I'm getting, social cues here. It's like, I don't really know what went wrong here. There was a miscommunication of social cues here. I do feel that it's like you kind of got, it's like you didn't want to share this person, maybe, or you didn't want to share the connection. There's something to do with jealousy here, envy. So maybe this person, I don't know, you thought that somebody else was interested in them or something. There's a very possessive energy here. Possessiveness. Okay. Let's see what the advice or guidance here is for you, Capricorn. Fool in reverse, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Ten of Swords in reverse, Six of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse with the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. The advice here is take things slow, take things one step at a time, and play it safe. Because remember, this is incoming energy. I don't even feel like that, it hasn't really happened. This is just based on the current energies, where we're going. We don't want to go in this because this is not good. So the advice here is to play it safe and take things one step at a time. The Knight of Pentacles, slow down just a little bit. Don't be so quick to go off the draw here. And the Knight of Pentacles is also somebody who does not take any actions right away. They first observe what's going on. They take in everything that's around them, the situation, everything, before they actually act on something here. And they don't do things recklessly. So try not to be reckless here. Also, this is Spirit also reminding you about, that you can be immature sometimes. Even if you think that you're quite a mature person, that sometimes you can act immaturely. So keep that in mind. What you need to embrace here. So interesting here. Again, the Ace of Pentacles. This is also a slow moving energy. This is about, embracing, but like, if you want some opportunities to show up here, it's like sometimes you have to miss opportunities in order to gain opportunities. It's that whole, one door closes, another door opens. So I mean, I don't really know what the context of that is here, but that is the energy here that, Spirit wants you to know. What you should be embracing here is the Six of Swords. If there's a situation here that has gone south here, take a step back and gain some perspective of the matter. I mean, that's what this is. This is about putting some distance between you and a situation that, like, look at his face. He's like, like, take a step back between you and a situation here, and just kind of like, again, the Knight of Pentacles observes everything before taking action. And that is what this is about. Take a step back, look at everything before you do anything, before you act on anything here. What will hold you back is, the Ten of Swords in reverse. It is very similar to what I said for Sagittarius. If you get caught in this sort of pain, like the suffering here, and you don't deal with it, it's going to hold you back. So, I mean, whatever pain, I mean, it does seem like duh, but yes, if you have pain, you need to deal with it. Otherwise, it is going to hold you back. You need to heal. It's that whole thing, if you can't love yourself, how can you love somebody else? You know, RuPaul and all that shit. You know, you have to deal with your pain. You have to heal. If you can't heal, then you're not going to move forward. It's going to hold you back. What you should avoid, Seven of Pentacles. This, you know, this is an impatient energy. Avoid being impatient here, you know, because feeling impatient is, you know, wanting to go, 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 especially when it comes to emotions. You know, it's just going to be a waste of time. You know, it's a waste of time to move forward with, you know, with especially this page energy here. Like, that's just going to waste your time. Avoid wasting your time and energy. I know it's kind of like a duh, but you know, it's all relevant here. You know, if you act foolishly, if you take, you know, unnecessary risks here, that is wasting time. That's wasting time. That's wasting your energy. What Spirit here is advising you is to take things slow and really like think before you act. It's not even think, it's like just use common sense. Like, yes, think about things and use common sense. Be pragmatic before you do something here. Otherwise you're just gonna waste time and energy. I know, like, I mean, Capricorn, you're usually somebody, I feel like Capricorns are usually people who take their time and all that. So it's really strange for me to see this Page of Swords, Page of Wands. But, you know, I do feel that it's because there's devil energy here. There's a bit of a trigger that's happening here. It can be feeling like, you know, something is threatened here. Something that you maybe thought, this is mine, and I'm gonna lose it. I don't want to lose it because it's mine, and then this is where this happens. This all the dominoes start to fall after, because it's like getting in your head like you're losing something that is yours. I feel like that is where all this is starting from. So this possessive energy, don't let this devil get to you. Don't let the possessiveness get to you, because it makes you do things that that, you know, you might regret. All right. Okay, so that's your reading, Capricorn, for this week. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, I'd appreciate it if you could like and or subscribe. That just helps me do more with the channel, and you get to be notified when I post new readings as regularly as I can. Good luck this week. Take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Hey, Aquarius. All right, let's see what's coming up for you this week and the current energies. What's going on for Aquarius this week? Whoa. Okay. Queen of Pentacles in reverse just wanted to fly out and attack me. Oh, King of Swords in reverse. 4 Pentacles. Oh, 3 of Swords. 10 of Wands. What the fuck is going on? Okay. 4 of Wands in reverse. 9 of Cups. 10 of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Justice. Things were fine. Okay. This is, okay, Aquarius. So the bottom row here, this is where you're coming from. Top row is where we're going. Bottom row is kind of better than the top row, which is not actually that great. Yeah, because I, like, where we're coming from here in the past, things weren't so bad. Justice here, things were balanced here for some time, you know, and when things were balanced, it's like, you know, you felt like, you know, you could start something here, that you could start something that would last for a long time, something that could last a long time for something that you wanted for a long time, something that would, you know, is wish fulfillment, something that you've wanted for a long time here. It's almost like, you know, finally things are going my way and I'm getting, you know, something that I want here. But this? It went to shit. I don't know. The energy between the Nine of Cups to the Four of Wands is interesting. Because you go from, this is everything I want. Whatever, it's a connection. It's a connection. It's always a connection. No, it's not always, but this is a connection. It's like this, whatever the situation is, this person, this energy, this connection is everything that I could ever want. It's my wish. This is what I wished for in a connection, but it's almost like it's disruptive to your life. It's like this everything that I want, but there's a catch here. And the catch here is that it disrupts your life, or it did disrupt your life. So, Queen of Pentacles, crossed by the Four of Wands here. Where are we going? Well, this is your energy. You're in this place where you are not in a good place. I'm going to say that. I just see here you're not heading in a good place. You are currently not in a good place. Your life, you feel like your life is kind of a bit all over the place. You feel all over the place, and you know that's because of this disruption in your life. Your life has been disrupted and you feel all over the place. You know, you're just scattered. Your brain, you're just scatterbrained all over the place, and you're not able to really think clearly. You're having a lot of trouble thinking clearly. You're having a lot of trouble making clear decisions. You may even feel that the decisions you're making, you know, you're like, why did I make these decisions? Like, you're making very poor decisions right now here because you're just all over the place. You just can't think very clearly here. And it's like you go into this mode of protective mode. You know, this is like, I need to protect myself. I have to protect the things, you know, this 10 of Pentacles. I have to protect my security here. So you go into this mode of protection. This is protecting yourself. It's like a turtle going into its shell kind of thing. I need to protect, you know, what's important. I need to protect the vulnerable sides of yourself here. But the thing is, it's not really, like, it doesn't really work because you're still heartbroken here. There is still heartache here because this protection, how you protect yourself, I feel, is that you block yourself off. You know, you either block yourself off or you block other people off. You know, like you close yourself up here, and it hurts. It hurts. And this is pain that is ongoing. This is pain that's ongoing that you haven't dealt with. And the longer that you don't deal with it, the more burdens that it causes you. You know, the more overwhelmed by this pain that you feel. This is where we're heading. And I don't like this, Aquarius. Nobody would like this. This is not good energy. All right, let's see what else we can get here. I mean, it all relates to something in the past. But we'll get into it. Hanged Man in reverse. Knight of Swords. Strength in reverse. Magician in reverse. Yep. Two of Cups in reverse. I told you it was about a connection. Don't tell me like Fucking, I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. So this Queen of Pentacles energy in reverse, this, you know, feeling all over the place. You feel all over the place because you feel, how do I put this? Oh wait, this isn't in reverse. This is, it's upright. I mean, I said I knew it's upright, but I said reverse. It's just, it's the Hangman. You've it's not that like you've seen something, you know, you've gained a new perspective here, and it's caused you to kind of lose your mind a little bit. Like it's caused you to kind of lose your shit here, because it's almost like the perspective that you've gained is something that it does have to do with the disruption here in your life, and it has to do with karma as well. Yes, things were going well, but when we're looking at the energy this way, there is karma that is going on as well. It's like you know that something was right. Something was going right here in your life. And you've realized this. You've seen the perspective. You've seen a different perspective of this. You've seen another view of this. And this is what has kind of made you kind of lose your shit a bit. And you can't think clearly about this. You're kind of like, you're off to the races here with the Knight of Swords. You're trying to find this focus here. You are running around all over the place doing all sorts of shit here. But it's like you can't really make good decisions. You're just making so many poor decisions here. Like you're just running around making a lot of poor decisions here, and it's like you can't help yourself. You can't help yourself. I feel some of these poor decisions have to do with closing yourself off. You can't help yourself that you're doing this. You can't help that you close yourself off here, because there is this pain. There's this pain here, and you're like, I don't know what to do. It's not that you don't know what to do. It's that you feel like you can't do anything here. There is this I can't energy. I can't fix this. I can't help that I feel heartbroken because I had everything that I had wanted out of this connection, and I fucking blew it. That's what I get here. I fucking blew it. There was a connection here. There was a stable relationship here, and it just... And you have the Two of Cups in reverse here. There's a separation here. The separation here is causing a lot of burdens, and you know, it is the heartache here. You know what? I want to find... I'm going to use this deck. I just want to know about this Four of Wands in reverse. I just want a clarification on it, because I'm curious. Sometimes I get curious, and I want to know more information. I wanted to know what happened here, because I said you fucking blew it. Look what I got. Look what came out. The Five of Swords. You know what the Five of Swords is? I fucked up. The Five of Swords is I fucked up. What'd you fuck up? You fucked up another chance here. Okay, the universe was calling your name, Aquarius. The universe was like, here's everything that you've ever wanted. Here's the security. Here's the wish fulfillment. Here's the balance. Here's, you know, the attraction. Here's everything that you wanted. And then you went and fucked it up. And the universe was like, excuse me, I just gave you everything that you wanted. You just threw it in my face. You just threw it in my face. You fucked up. And I feel like this current energy and where we're going is the realization. You know, you've gained some perspective here. You've gained some perspective here, and it's driving you nuts. I don't know, maybe you've gained the perspective that you fucked up. But oh boy, you fucked up. I'm sorry. I shouldn't like get on you like that, but It's just when, you know, when I say things and then it comes out and you know, okay. Anyways, let's get some advice here. I'm going to get some advice here. Guidance and advice for you, Aquarius, because you are in some type of way. You are feeling overwhelmed here by your pain. There's pain here. You're feeling overwhelmed by the separation here. So let's get some advice here. I have a feeling I know what's going to come out in this advice, but actually I don't. Spirit sometimes surprises me, because I know from my point of view, from what I see, if somebody came to me and told me this, what I would tell them as me, as Alice, but that's not how this works. I just read the energy. All right. What's the advice or guidance here from Spirit for you? Oh, the Devil. We have the Devil. We have the Tower in reverse. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse. We have the Empress. We have the Seven of Cups in reverse. And the Emperor in reverse. I will say this isn't exactly what I thought. I mean, okay, so what I thought was... It is kind of... That Emperor kind of changes... Well, that Emperor is kind of what I thought, because I was gonna say, what Spirit was gonna say was gonna tell you that you need to fix this, because usually when you fuck something up, you're the one that needs to fix it. What's here? Okay, we'll talk about this. So the Emperor in reverse is crossing the Devil here. This is the main advice energy. Now the Devil here is... Spirit wants you to know something here. Spirit wants you to be very aware of this Devil energy here. When we have the Emperor in reverse and the Devil energy, this is what Spirit wants you to be aware of where your energy is at. You are holding yourself back. The Emperor in reverse is somebody who is not happy about things not going their way. The Emperor is somebody who tries to control things. It's not that they have control. They try to control things forcefully here. And that is what's going on here. You know, the Devil energy. I feel there's a lot of resistance here from you and from Spirit. I mean, I get that. Spirit, I mean, I told you, with the Five of Swords here, I mean, this is the universe. The universe is like, excuse me, Aquarius. I gave you what you manifested, what you wanted, basically. I gave this to you, and you basically spat in my face. And so the universe here is like, you're resisting. You know, the Devil energy is out in full swing here, and the advice here is, get your shit together. Get this together, because you are a little out of control. This Emperor, you are out of control in your Devil energy here. You, like I said, you're making poor choices, and that is what this Devil energy, poor choices. The Devil is, you know, I don't know what you're doing, but it's very toxic. It's toxic to you. Okay, I mean, you might be toxic to other people, I don't know, but I'm concerned about you, Aquarius, and it's toxic to you, and you need to figure this out. So how do you figure this out? Okay, so what is going to help you? So the things that you need to embrace here. Tower in reverse. This is what will bring you opportunities. I mean, I can easily just say this is don't fuck things up, but yes, the Tower in reverse is also look at yourself, because this is an inner tower. You know, sometimes, you know, when a tower is upright, you know, this is things going, your world falling apart around you. What I get from this with the Tower in reverse is that this is your reaction to things, to how things are playing out around you. And in order for you to get opportunities here in this situation, Aquarius, you need to recognize how you are reacting to what's going on around you. That's this toxic energy here, and really think it's basically the type of energy this is like when you're like, what's the common denominator? It's like, things keep fucking up in my life. Why do things keep fucking up in my life? I'm like, well, what's the common denominator in all of this? Oh yeah, it's you. So then it's like you kind of take a look at your actions, and It's like, okay, so maybe, just maybe I'm the reason for my own destruction. You know, maybe I'm fucking things up. And I do, like, there's a sense of awareness here as well that I get. It's like, I do feel like you do know, but it's like this resistance, like, I can't help it. But, you know, the magician here, the magician is still the magician. The magician has all the tools, all the abilities, and everything. It's like you think that you can't help yourself. I can't help myself that I'm this way. I'm like, no, you totally can. You totally can help yourself. In fact, you're probably the only one who can help yourself here. But you're like, oh, I can't help it. Like, you know, I just, you know, I follow my instincts and it's just who I am. I'm like, no, you know, you don't have to be this. You don't have to be the devil. If you know, you will get more opportunities once you realize and you rectify this behavior here. And this is what you need to embrace, the Empress. See, it's the opposite of the Emperor. I will also say there's a divine connection here. We have the Emperor and the Empress. I'll mention that. But the Empress here, this is what you need to embrace. Now, this can be your energy. This can be somebody else. This can be the divine feminine. The divine feminine is supportive, is nurturing, is caring, is open, open to helping. The divine masculine here, which that's why I had to point this out, because you are out of control. And yes, the divine feminine will help you, but this is energy, okay? I'm talking about energy. I mean, it can be a person, but it's their energy. You don't even have to be talking to them like in the physical sense. This is just feeling their energy, allowing yourself to be open, allowing yourself to be receptive, and helping yourself out. You know, this is what you need to embrace. You need to embrace love. You need to embrace support. You need to embrace wanting to, you know, be better. You know, I mean, it's all about wanting to help yourself here, but also like feeling that positive, nurturing energy. You know, this is all about growing as well. You know, wanting to spread your wings here and fly. You know, what should you be avoiding? Well, the Eight of Cups here, this is what's going to get you a little bit in trouble. This is what's going to hold you back, is if you get into this place where, should I leave? Should I not leave? A situation. There's a situation here that you feel stuck in, and you're like, I don't know, like I feel kind of stuck here, you know, and you know, should I leave? Should I not leave? You know, this is what's going to hold you back. The Seven of Cups, you know, this is what you should avoid. Avoid getting confused, especially about this Eight of Cups. I feel like a lot of this is confusion. You're not sure what's real or what's not real, and like, you know, that, avoid that. Avoid getting to a place where you're just feeling confused, because I feel like you know things. You know, you're an Aquarian. Aquarians are usually quite intelligent. They're quite smart. You know, they look at facts, and they look at, you know, they think a lot. This, if you get too much into your emotions in a negative way, then that is what's going to hold you back. If you get too emotionally involved and you start to sort of get confused, this is also about options too. This is about, be careful about feeling overwhelmed by too many options as well. There's that energy here as well. So yes, be mindful of where you put your emotions, because you really should be putting them here with the Empress, with the Empress energy here. This is where your whatever, your love, your feelings and emotions should go to. The Seven of Cups, you know, this can be confusing. You can easily get confused by a lot of options here, and be mindful of that. And then be mindful of getting stuck in situations here, especially, you know, when emotions are involved here. I feel like this feels to me like getting stuck in a situation. I don't even know if it's your emotions, Aquarius, but it's like getting stuck in a situation where you know that there's another energy here that is attached to you as well. It feels like that as well. Like I'm very drawn to the tentacles here. Somebody who's very clingy, like clingy. You know, if you get if a situation gets sort of stuck to you and clings on to you, that's going to hold you back, like literally hold you back. Okay, Aquarius, that's all I got for you for your reading. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, I would appreciate it if you could like and or subscribe. That helps me do more with the channel, and you get to be notified when I post new readings up, which I try to do regularly. Good luck this week. Take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Hey Pisces. So let's see what's going on for you this week. Whoa, that was a bad shuffle. What's going on for you this week in the current energies? So we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Ooh, Seven of Swords. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Eight of Cups. The King of Cups in reverse. I don't really like where this is going. Not really. Okay, we have the Three of Cups. Temperance in reverse. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Cups. And the Queen of Swords. Okay, Pisces. Bottom row here, this is where you've been. Top row is where we're going. So let's start with the bottom row. Where have we been? Or where have you been? Where's your energy been? I feel like for you, you knew that somebody liked you. You knew that somebody was in their feels about you. You knew that they may have been a little bit shy or a lot shy, intimidated by you, and they didn't really know what to do with these feelings here. I feel like this is just something that you knew or you heard, or whatever. You knew the truth. You knew that they had some feelings for you. They had a crush, infatuation, whatever here for you. I also feel like you didn't know what to do about this. So you knew that you had this knowledge. I don't know where you got it from, but you had this knowledge and you didn't know what to do about that situation here. And it kind of like there is a feeling here of like intimidation here. Like there's a lot of nerves here, feeling very nervous and losing your cool, kind of not being able to come off as like you've got your shit together, basically. Like, yeah, I mean, you lost your cool here. I don't feel like you got angry or upset, but it's just, the nerves got to you here. The nerves got to you. You weren't cool as a cucumber. You were kind of a nervous wreck here, not going to lie here. And I feel what happened was you kind of shared your feelings here with somebody. I don't know if it's with this person, but you shared it with somebody. Probably likely a friend. In some sort of social setting here. I do feel that there may have been drinking involved, because with the King of Cups here, so it might have been a sort of moment of weakness here, where maybe while you were drinking and you spilled the beans here. It can be like, okay. Let's just go. Okay. Let me move on here, and we'll circle back around here. So where are we going? Where's this energy going? We have the Knight of Cups in reverse that's crossed by the Three of Cups here. Something in a social setting. So when you're hanging out with people, there was something that happened that was not like I'm just getting a lot of like weird icky energy here, and it has to do with kind of expressing feelings here. I'm not sure if this is you or if this is the other person, but there's somebody here, like the way that they acted on their feelings felt kind of icky. It was like manipulative almost. Like it was very sneaky here. Or it caused this sort of sneaky energy here, sneaking around. And it put somebody off. I feel it pushed somebody away. It might have pushed you away. You know, it kind of feels like this person here, whoever had the crush, whoever had the sort of, who was in their feels here, it's like they tried to act on these feelings, but they did it like, it feels like, you know, when you, how do I explain this? It's in my head and I feel it. It's like, the only way I can explain it is like one of those sort of teen rom-com movies when somebody likes somebody, and instead of just being direct and instead of just like coming out and being, you know, mature and saying, hey, I like you, they like go jump through all these hoops, and like the entire movie is like, you know, if you guys were just direct and open and honest with each other in the first place, then, you know, we wouldn't have this mess. But instead, it's like you insist on sneaking around and doing all of this shit here, you know. Like I'm thinking about 10 things I hate about you. Because there are two connections, there's two relationships in that movie. You have one with well, you have Kat and man, I can't even remember the guy's name, the Heath Ledger's character, and that one is full of all sorts of sneaky bullshit, right? He's lying to her, you know. It's not that he doesn't like her or anything, like he does like her, but he's lying to her. And you know, and the way that he's expressing how, you know, he feels, and it's all under the guise of a lie, you know. But he does feel like he does like her, but you know, it's a bet, you know, there's a bet going on and all this other bullshit that, you know, but she doesn't know that. And then on the other side you have her sister and whatever, the other guy. And but you know, they're kind of, it's almost normal. I mean, normal for those types of movies where, you know, they're kind of pretty open about it. What's her name? Bianca. So Bianca, like he, you know, he's like, hey, I want to tutor you, and you know, then, you know, they get to know each other, and then it's all very natural and organic. There's none of this lying or sneaking around, and he's pretty like, you know, kind of open, you know, that he likes her and all that. And you know what I mean? It's very honest and very open and transparent, but that's not what this is. This is more like Kat and Heath Ledger's character, where it's like there's this weird lying and sneaking around, and it's a turn off, you know. And I feel like Pisces, in this situation, you're Kat, you're the Julia Stiles character, and except you know that this person likes you, and it makes you nervous, and you know, and everything. But then it's like the way that they go about, you know, it turns you off because they're sneaking around, and the way they're sneaking around, they're not just being direct with you, and it kind of pushes you away, and you're gonna walk away from this situation. You're gonna walk away from this, and it's gonna be upsetting for you. You might even just, you know, go out with your friends and drink to get over it. But it's almost like, man, I wish you were more mature. I wish you were more mature. But, you know, they're not. And they go through this whole sneaking bullshit, and it's a complete turnoff. That's annoying. That is so annoying. I find that really annoying for you, Pisces. I'm gonna get some more energies here, but yeah. Let's see, let's see. Okay, we have the High Priestess in reverse, Six of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Queen of Swords in reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're very aware. It's like you're the energy here, the High Priestess in reverse. It's like you're pretending like you don't know. You're like, but you know how this person feels, but you're pretending like you don't know. You're pretending like the actions that they're doing or not doing here, you know, that's like the whatever, the flirting actions or the acting on their feelings here, but rather the lack of acting on their feelings here. You're very aware, so you're kind of just like, so why aren't you coming at me? Like, I know that you like me, so why are you acting like you don't like me? That's what this energy is here. And then we have the, is this, oh, it's the 8, I misspoke, it's the 8 of coins here. Yeah, what are they doing? There's just this sort of deceptive energy here. It makes you almost feel like that this was a lie, but you know it wasn't a lie, but they act like, they pretend like they don't know, and you're just kind of like, well, like, excuse me, like, because it's like you worked it out. You worked out the lie. That's the thing. It wasn't even a very good lie. This person lied to you because they were like, no, I don't actually like you, you know, but you worked it out for yourself and you knew. So yeah, it turned you off here. But the thing is like you had feelings here. You were developing feelings here. You know, this could have been something new. This could have been a new connection here, a new relationship possibly here. But you did keep it inside because, you know, you wanted, because of all this. But, you know, I mean, you were nervous. There was a nervous energy here. But it's such, like, I don't know, it's such a shame. You know, it turned you off here. It turned you off to sort of this new connection here, this new opportunity here. You walked away here, and I feel like you did not mince your words when you walked away with the Queen of Swords in reverse. I feel it's either you didn't mince your words or you just kind of straight up ghosted, blocked them. I'm done. But I feel like you might have said something here with Temperance in reverse. There was a bit of like, you lost your cool here. You might have said something as you walked away. But, you know, it's upsetting here. And now you're just back to this like, ho hum. Now I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for, you know, thank you next, basically here. And like I said, you might, you know, go out with friends. You might drink a bit here because you are upset. You're upset with this whole situation. And I don't blame you. I would be upset too. But yes, there is this, you know, just waiting for the next one. Like, okay, what's the next one going to be like? All right, let's see what the advice and or guidance here from Spirit is here for you, Pisces. Why did the sun like disappear? So like the lighting got all weird. Okay, weird. Okay, so 5 of Swords in reverse, 7 of Wands in reverse, 3 of Swords, the Star in reverse, Death, and then we have the Knight of Swords. The advice here from Spirit is we have the Five of Swords crossed by the Knight of Swords. I feel like Spirit is saying, yes, tell your truth. Speak your truth. You know, that is all fine. And because, you know, speaking your truth is going to help you kind of feel better. With the Five of Swords in reverse, you might feel a bit of shame here for what has happened. You might feel ashamed for how you acted, especially here with the Queen of Wands here, but also you just might be feeling ashamed for, you know, just feeling nervous here, and you know, there's a bit of losing your cool here. So this is what happened, you know, where we're coming from. So you might feel even just ashamed that maybe you got excited that this person liked you and that you knew this person liked you, and you know, maybe you let yourself get carried away and all that. And I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, that's okay. That's okay to feel like, you know, you're the victim in this situation. It's okay to feel this way or to think this way. But you know, talk it out. You know, talk it out. I do feel that there is this energy of hanging out with friends to kind of get over this, you know, you might go drinking or something and just talk it out. Tell your truth. That, you know, that's the advice here, you know, overall, that may help you feel better about the situation. What you should be embracing here. So what's going to give you some opportunities here? We have the Seven of Wands in reverse. This is all about being a little bit more vulnerable. Try not to be so defensive here. And again, it's about talking about, you know, what went down here. If something goes down here, this could change. The energy can change here, but you know, just kind of talking about it and, you know, letting your guard down a bit here will provide you with opportunities here. And what you should embrace here is the Star in reverse. It's basically embrace that this sucks. That's all I can really say. You know, the Star in reverse is, you know, it's sadness, you know, it's losing hope in something, and it's basically, yeah, this sucks. And you know, you don't have to pretend. A lot of this is like, you don't have to pretend that you're upset. You know, you're upset and it sucks. And sometimes, you know, you just gotta feel it. Feel that it sucks so that you can move on. What you should be avoiding. I mean, the Three of Swords, this is about, you know, heartache here. You know, the truth hurts. This will hold you back, obviously. I mean, I have to kind of laugh at Spirit here, because these past few readings that I've done, in the things that like, oh, this is what's going to hold you back, it's been Three of Swords, Ten of Swords. It's like, no shit, Spirit. No shit, that pain is going to hold you back. If you don't deal with the pain, then it's going to hold you back. No shit. But you know, whatever, it's here. So Spirit wants you to know this. I know it's common sense, but I just read the fucking energy, and that's what's here. So yes, this pain, this heartache is, if you know, if you continue to feel it and you don't heal from it, it will hold you back. What you should avoid here is death, which is interesting. It feels like almost like avoiding just kind of, it is a bit like, I can only really describe it as giving up. It's like, don't give up kind of energy, but it's more than that. It's like, you know, it's not the end, right? This is not the end. You know, it's not the end all be all of things here. You know, divine timing, just wait, and the universe in divine timing is, you know, something is going to come around here. So avoid thinking that this is the end. Avoid thinking that it's over, that nothing else is happening here. It's just, don't give up, basically. This is a sucky situation. I mean, energies can change, and you know, now that you know, it's possible that, you know, you can avoid this. But yeah, that is your reading, Pisces, for this week. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, I'd appreciate it if you could like and or subscribe. That just helps me do more with the channel, and you get notified when I post new readings up, which I try to do as regularly as I can. Good luck this week. Take care, and I will talk to you later.